All right, you guys, we are back. We're back. We're live here on Kick. Let me pull up the chat before yeah, there we go. All right, so we're back, you guys. We are obviously live here on kick.com. Let me turn off the chat as well. We're gonna put the second cam up as well. So let me see. Wait, where did it go? 1 second. There we go. Okay, so both players are at the board. Let me adjust the scene for right now. Both players are at the board now. They're getting ready for the first move to be played, and we're gonna be off very soon. We'll start the game in a second. Ding just gets up from the board. Okay, Ding gets up from the board, and we'll have moves momentarily, I think. So, all right, here we go. Game number one. We are back. We're live. Could I beat Liren Fresnay at the Mind Games 2012? I don't know which game you're referring to. Anyway, let's get going. Ding hates being at the board. Apparently he does, but we're waiting for a move. So here we go. Let's refresh the board, and we're ready to go. Game number one starting momentarily. What browser I use? I use Brave. That's what I use. I use Brave. That's what I'm using. So, all right, here we go, you guys. Here we go. Game number 3. Waiting for the first move here. What are rules for the chair sitting? Can he use a bed? Yes, you guys. You could go sit on a bed. Yeah, if you have a bed in the back room, you could go lie down, nap, do whatever. It's totally possible. Once again, for those of you guys who are watching, who are new to Kick, coming over from our stream on Twitch 5 minutes ago, you know, those of you guys who are watching, you are going to be very pleased to know there are no ads. So there are 0 ads on Kick, so you will not get hit with those 9 ads when you open the stream. So if you do want to sub to my channel, make sure that you do subscribe. You are supporting me. I get 95% of that ad revenue instead of 50% like I do on Twitch. So if you are supporting the streamer, you're supporting them more than giving all that money to greedy Jeff, and also you don't have to watch ads. So it's win-win for everybody across the board. Actually, I should pull this down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, here we go. Game's gonna start in a second. Okay, so he's basically, Giannis telling the guy, play a move, play any move. He's saying play any move. Okay, that looks like, is that D? I can't tell if that's D4 or E4 from this angle. That looked like D4, but I could be wrong. That was D4 E4, but it's hard to tell from that angle. Can I minimize your stream on Kick like on Twitch? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. But anyway, how's it going? Purple size. I hope you're doing well, you guys. Obviously a little bit quieter. We get D4. We get 1 D4, you guys. We get 1 D4. So as predicted, I am correct once again. I told you guys that I thought we would get D4. I did think we were going to get D4. I thought it was D4 or knight F3. So my prediction was correct that we get D4 on move number 1. And we are underway, you guys. We are underway, and it's only beta. Yes, right now Kick is in beta. Okay, so D4 on move 1 played by Nepo. I said that I thought D4 was like 55%, and I thought knight F3, E4, and C4 were 15%. So we do get D4. Cams are slightly off. Can you fix them so there's no space? I don't know what you mean by space, but who cares? It's all good. We'll figure it out. Now, of course, I'll have to change the scene. 1 second, and let's make this bigger. Of course, I am obviously just taking the cams from somewhere else, so I'm gonna have to change this every so often. I do apologize because it's not a fixed cam the way we'd like it to be, but that's just how it goes. That's just the nature of the beast. Crop this just a little bit because you guys are saying that you didn't love this. Let me crop it, and there we go. Let's put it here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we get D4. We get knight F6 being played by Ding Liren. Ding's not going to be in the tank for that long. No, he's not. This is a World Chess Championship, you guys. World Chess Championship. E6, as usual. Now we get knight F3, knight C3. I expect knight F3, but we might get an aggressive Nimzo Indian from Nepo. I expect knight F3 and G3 or something. But we could get knight C3. Nepo could play knight C3, play a very aggressive Nimzo Indian. But let's see what he does. How am I doing? I'm doing great, you guys. We're going to get a Nimzo Indian here with bishop B4, I think. Now we're going to see. Nepo has played this online in some blitz games like against me and others where he's played like this aggressive F3, E3 stuff or F3 and E4. I don't know which one we're gonna get. What is the prize money? I think the winner of this match gets something like $1 million. Ooh, we don't get a Nimzo Indian. Ding plays d5. Interesting. Yeah, I guess there's a very slight delay on the cam, but interesting. So we're gonna get a Queen's Gambit decline instead with d5 takes, probably bishop g5 I assume here, or bishop f4, one of these two moves. How long did I sleep? Something like 5 hours, you guys. I didn't sleep well last night, but nonetheless I did sleep. Both players at the board, it's amazing. Well, it's pretty early. Yeah, I think the winner gets something like 800. It's probably like a little bit more. It's like 900 or $1 million. I don't know. Game is already boring. I wouldn't say it's boring necessarily, but we're probably going to get something. Really what's going to happen is, the question is, are we going to get something like this, for example? Oh no, please don't tell me we're going to get, please don't tell me we're going to get this line with e3 and bishop f5. Oh, I really hope we're not going to get this e3 bishop f5 endgame. I just realized we could get that. I really hope we don't get that. Actually, it's 1.2 versus 0.8. They're playing for 400k. Okay, I really hope we don't get e3 bishop f5, because if we get e3 bishop f5, we're gonna get this very dank endgame. This game is gonna be very slow and very boring for a long time. White's a little bit better and the show goes on, but oh, I really, it's gonna be really hard to cover this game and enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest. For okay, well, already you guys, one player has left the building. One player has already left the building as expected. That is Ding Liren. Let's see. Not bishop f5, please. Not bishop f5, please. Just no bishop f5. Both players will be playing for a draw. No, Nepo wants to win here with the white piece, or at the very least put a lot of pressure. h6. Okay, so no, we're not going to get it. We get h6, probably bishop h4. I'm completely new to this. Why does he leave, and how long is the game? This game, you guys, could go for up to 7 or 8 hours. It's going to be a very, very long game. The players start with 2 hours on the clock to make 40 moves. So basically, you start with 2 hours, the clock just ticks down like normal time. There's no delaying time, no added time. Time starts and ticks down. So you start with 2 hours, you have to make 40 moves in 2 hours. If you do not, you run out of your 2 hours of allotted time. You lose the game automatically. So you have to make 40 moves in 2 hours. So both players have 2 hours. Secondary time control, I don't actually know what it is, honestly, but it's probably like 20 moves in an hour or something like that, and then another like 15 or 30 minutes after that. So the game can go for a very, very long time. So let's see. Am I going to cover the whole event? Probably I will, for the most part. You get added time after move 60, but we'll see how it starts out. This is, of course, a world championship. It is the pinnacle of chess. A normal chess tournament, for example, the winner might make somewhere like $50,000 to $100,000, but for this event, the winner is going to make $1.2 million. So it's a big event, a lot of money at stake. So okay, Nepo and Ding. Okay, Nepo is kind of thinking here right now. What Nepo is thinking about, he's thinking about what the differences are, like bishop d3, knight f3, queen c2. I don't know what his main line was. The loser will get $800,000. Yeah, why did I not compete? Unfortunately, I lost my last round game against Ding Liren in the candidates tournament, so that's why I'm not playing. It happens, you guys. That's life. But we have some big news pretty soon to announce too, I think. So be excited, get ready. Okay, the winners of the Indian Wells tennis tournament got 1.2. Yes, but Indian Wells is an ATP 1000 event. It's not a Grand Slam. So this is the only tournament that has prize funds, has prize money at this level. So this is the only chess event. This is the absolute pinnacle. So it's like saying, it's like Wimbledon, for example, which I think if you win Wimbledon, you get something like 3.5 million maybe, or $4 million. So this you get a lot less. Why h6? H6 is a very logical move here. Ding Liren trying to emulate his previous game where he played h3. H6 here is actually a very it's more logical, because it attacks the bishop, but it also creates the classic Lufthansa for the king. So later on, let me just set up some random position. I'm just going to hang every piece on the board so you guys can see what's going on. Actually, let me just play a random move. So basically, if you get some position like this, it's not actually checkmate here, because the king can move. There's Lufthansa here, or Luft as we say in German, where the king can move here. You create the air pocket for the king to escape the ice skater on the back rank. So it's multi-purpose. H6, it attacks the bishop, creates the Luft for the king. just a dual purpose move, and down the road it'll probably be important. So we get bishop d3 castles here. It could be a hook later on, possibly. Yeah, Stockfish still said mate. Yeah, because the position white was up 20 pieces, but it was just to explain the point. Yes, but at Wimbledon you have to stay on the court. Yeah, that's true. At Wimbledon you do. Streaming time is perfect for those of us in India. Nice. Is Magnus going to make more money playing poker? No, absolutely not. Magnus is playing poker tonight, I think, at the Hustler Casino in Los Angeles, California. So he will be playing poker tonight in a high stakes game. See how he does. If I'm still live at that point, I guess I won't because it's LA, but if I was live I could obviously cover that. Is it already drawish position? No, it's not actually. Lot of play here. The point is, if white plays like knight f3, black will go knight h5 to trade these dark square b shops. If you go here, black takes, and if you trade, black will go like knight f6 and knight d7 and back to e4. So say castles, knight f6, just some random moves. You can play something like knight e4. White normally wants to try and play for some kind of minority attack on the queen side down the road with this b4 b5 pawn thrust. But again, it depends what the plans are specifically for both sides. Am I going to play blitz while waiting? No, we'll do the legendary speedrun later. We're going to, of course, cover MasterChef, my new favorite show. So a lot of stuff to do. Who advises two players? You have trainers or seconds with them. So Jan Nepomniachtchi has like 5 people there who are helping him out, strong grandmasters who he's been working with over the last couple of months. Ding Liren, a little bit less clear, a little bit murkier. He's definitely working with Richard Rapport, the Hungarian super grandmaster who's at the event. Beyond that, I don't know who he's working with. No championship of chairs today. I'm gonna predict that probably what happened is FIDE probably gently told the players try to be at the board more, and then beyond that, probably Ding's people told him try to be at the board more, try to get more in the game and put more pressure on your opponent. That's my best guess, I should say. But again, we'll see. So far this is nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy so far. Covering Magus poker. Okay, so we get queen c2. So now I assume the move is knight h5. Knight h5 is one move, although again the problem with playing h6 here is now down the road. Let's say you go knight h5 and the bishops come off the board. Let's just say white plays knight g2, and I'm just going to play some random moves to illustrate the point here. At some point you're going to get some g4 and like rook g1, h4, g5, and there's a big attack here coming through on the king side. So queen c2 does have some venom if you play knight h5, but we'll see what Ding plays in this position. This still should be well within his opening book. This should still be pretty classic theory. Norway chess will be at the end of May for those of you guys who are wondering. Norway chess end of May. So let's see. So I need to watch previous episodes. We only watched episode 1 so far of we've only played we've only watched episode 1. Sorry, give me 1 second, you guys. I gotta go get my phone and do an Insta tweet about being live on Kick. So give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I've got the most viewers on Kick right now. While we're covering the World Chess Championship, you guys, I'm trying to grow chess as much as I can on Kick. Obviously, the viewership is a little bit slower than it is on Twitch, which actually, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I like a lot. I'm very happy by that. It's quieter, it's calmer. Everyone's in a good mood. We're chilling, and we are here covering the World Chess Championship, of course. So it's only gonna get better. So, all right. So waiting for some moves here. Okay, we get rook e8 played. Now I assume Nepo is going to play knight g to e2. That's my prediction for what I expect here. Why are they leaving the table? Probably because Nepo wants to get water, wants to see what the moves are. I mean, Nepo won't be gone for that long. He won't be gone for that long. Chess Kick streamer of the year. Good one, you guys. Good one. Yeah. So has your monthly revenue increased since moving to Kick? I don't think so. Then again, we've only been like I only did a couple of streams, and then I played the Chessable Master. So it's been I haven't had like a whole clean month or 2 months to sort of get into the flow of streaming every day on Kick. But so far it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. Okay, so waiting for a move here. So either we're gonna get knight g2, knight f3, or maybe castles queenside. Castles queenside is the all-in aggressiveness. No ads sounds delicious. Yeah, no ads, you guys. So those of you guys who are watching coming over from Twitch are like, man, why am I not getting hit with those nine pre-roll ads when I open the stream? And that's because on Kick there are 0 ads right now. I assume down the line they'll add some ads, but again, as of right now, there are no ads, so it's all good. Okay, so we get knight g2 logical. So Nepo is basically keeping both lines alive. Castle's kingside, castle queenside. Those are the two options. He's keeping both of them alive at the moment, and we'll see which one he does. We want ads. I mean, I guess you want to. Is third place in your first tournament good? It can be good. Yes, it definitely can be good. Ding's post is not healthy. Oh, really? Thank you, Dolthies, for subscribing. Do people still use Twitter? Sorry, you guys. Let's be correct here and use proper terminology. It is no longer called Twitter. It is called X. So you're asking, do people still use that blue site called X anymore? That's a simple answer, because of course Twitter is no longer called Twitter. It is now called X. Don't ask me why Elon did that, but he did that. So I mean, it's like, you know, Twitter had a nice name. Wait, what? It's called X. In the filings that they merged with X Corp, which of course is another one of Elon's companies. So yeah, they're no longer Twitter. I have a feeling that a lot of people know the brand name called Twitter, and so calling it X is just not realistic. So anyway, big shout out to nearly 3,000 you guys who are watching on this fine morning. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. We are of course covering the World Chess Championship match here between Jan Nepomniachtchi and Ding Liren. Just joined. Any novelties? Sorry for not responding sooner, Armin. No, we have no novelties yet. All this has been played before. It's not I mean, I don't actually know where this is going to diverge, but this probably has been played hundreds of times. So yeah, X is no different than meta name change. Probably true. So am I fully going to transition? I'm probably still going to stream 1 day a week on Twitch as of right now. So yeah, it's what it is. So we keep going. All right, so let's see. So in this position, probably knight d7, knight h5 are the two moves that make the most sense here. Apparently the weaker computer like c5 and a5. If Ding is in a deep thinker, this is a bad sign, by the way. I'm gonna be honest. If Ding is actually in knight bd7 was played, okay, let me refresh. No, it wasn't played yet. But oh, you mean knight bd7 is the main line that's played. But yeah, if Ding does not move quickly here, I'm already worried again. I'm gonna be honest. If Ding does not move quickly in this position, I'm gonna be worried. I'm also worried for the match and the general public interest level, because Ding has to survive today. In chess, those of you guys who are new to the game or haven't played much, oh, I guess it was played. Those of you guys, you must have a faster internet connection, or you're in Astana. Those of you guys who are new to chess, generally the way it works in match formats is you try to put pressure on your opponent with the white pieces, because white can dictate more the sort of the trend of where the game is going. And with the black pieces, you try to be like a rock, you try to be like Dwayne Johnson and just make a draw. Or not lose. Basically try not to lose. You try to be solid. If you get a chance to win, you take those chances, but generally you try to not take huge risks. So when I say survive, I mean he has to not lose this game, but he's been very shaky. He could have very easily have lost either of the first two games. He survived the second one, but he lost the second one. So very critical game. If Ding loses this game, it's I would say the match is effectively over. That's what I would say. So we're gonna see. I assume here probably we're gonna get castles one of these sides. Now again, I don't know if Nepo's gonna castle queenside or kingside here. I really don't have straight ideas. Knight b7 does stop the bishop from developing, but if white castles queenside, you can maybe go b5 b4. You can also maybe go c5 as well, and the knight supports the pawn push. So it's sort of a waiting move, and you try to see what's going on. Now my assumption here is that Nepo probably is going to castle kingside, just to guess. I'm probably going to get something like castles knight h5 takes something along these lines is what I expect to happen, but we'll see. But you know, those of you guys who are talking about Ding can't handle the pressure, I'm gonna give you guys a story. So in the year of 2016, I qualified to play in the Canada's tournament, where the winner of the Canada's tournament gets to play the defending world champion to play for the title. And I went into some deep preparation for about a month and a half to 2 months before the tournament itself started. And so I thought it felt pretty good, but as soon as I got to Moscow, as soon as I got there a few days early and the tournament started, my nerves were very bad. I slept maybe like 5 hours almost every single night throughout the event. I played very poorly in that event. So there is a lot of pressure in a different kind of way when you play in either the candidates or the world championship match, which is why you can't be too critical of Ding Liren. Yeah, you can't be too critical. It was a very bad experience. Also because frankly, I had all these delusions of grandeur in my mind, where it's like, you know, what if I win? Like if I win, I'm playing this match for $1 million. Like it's going to be great. Everything's going to be amazing. So you have these delusions of grandeur kind of, and And so it's hard to be too critical of Ding, but and having been in there, did I do a lot of mental prep? I did some. Actually, it got so bad that I think in the I don't remember before which round this was, but at like 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. on one of the days, I had a round that day, by the way, at like 2 in the afternoon. I actually I jumped on a Zoom call with a sports psychologist who I was working with at the time. So yeah, it can be pretty bad. It can be pretty tough. What delusions of grandeur? I was thinking, well, if I win, I'm gonna get $1 million match against Magnus. I could become the world chess champion. It's like all these like life-changing thoughts go through your mind, and it's brutal. Was making recaps hard? Well, that was 2016, you guys. Different time period. I wasn't a professional streamer back then. I was a professional chess player in that day and age. So a little bit different now. A little bit different. Do I play casino? Not really. So all right. Stress is such a huge thing with kick, or not with kick, sorry. Stress is such a huge thing with chess. It can be. How does retirement feel? Retirement has never felt better, you guys. What can I say? Never better. So all right, how many beverages do I have ready right now? I've just got my coffee, obviously, because I didn't sleep a lot last night, and I've got my water. So that's what we have right now. What retired man stays up this late for work? Yeah, exactly. So Ding thinking here again, not too crazy, not too crazy so far, but like I said, in this opening, this still should be pretty standard theory for Ding Liren. He should be ready. You perform better as a stream in the candidates as a streamer. Yes, because when I played the candidates last year as a streamer, I didn't feel the same pressure. It was like I was just there to play well and see how well I could do. I didn't have any of these delusions or thoughts about like becoming a world champion. It's just like I just want to play the event. If I play good chess, that's all I wanted to do, and I did that. Unfortunately, at the end, I lost my last round game, which kind of, I mean, it made it less. I was less thrilled, of course, but overall I succeeded in terms of what I set out to do, which is really because of that 2016 experience where I played way below my level and everything went wrong. When I played the candidates last year, what I was aiming for was I just wanted to play good chess. If I played good chess, I would be happy, and I did play good chess. And what that sort of in my mind did is it sort of told me that yes, you know, things didn't quite work out. I didn't win the tournament. Nepo won. I lost the last game, of course, to Ding, but I proved to myself that, you know, if certain things had been different, there might have been a world where I could have played for a world championship. And even beyond that, I proved that in the candidates tournament itself, I could play good chess. I could actually play good chess. And 2016, even though it didn't go my way and everything was wrong, I proved that that wasn't going to be the one time where I played in the candidates, and that was it. So I am like very, very proud of my result in the candidates that year. I have all the viewers in the chess category. Yeah, I mean, the chess bros have started streaming. We've seen Bortnick stream as well. So yeah, you still got this. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very proud of it, because honestly, it was the one big regret I had for my chess career, is that when I played the candidates in 2016, nothing went right. It all went wrong. And I thought, what if, like, you know, what if I could have just played good chess that year? You know, I had a chance. Maybe I could have qualified, played Magnus, whatnot. But I didn't ever really know if that could have happened. And based on what happened last year in the candidates, I proved to myself that, you know, certain things had gone different ways. I could have made it, and that's all that I wanted to prove to myself. So I'm very, very proud of that. Very proud. So Arena Kings, if the game is over in time, we will play Arena Kings. It really depends. Really depends. So A3 A5, so we've got A3 A5. Nepo going for the classic minority report on the queen, or sorry, the minority attack on the queen side, with like rook b1 b4 b5. If someone told them to sit at the board, I mean, you can't enforce that where you say they have to sit at the board, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were reminded that it would look good if they're at the board more. You can't like suddenly tell them they have to, but nonetheless, yeah. Minority Report is a great movie. It was a pretty good movie. I saw Minority Report in the theaters, actually. Yeah, Tom Cruise is pretty good in it. Pretty good. In big tournaments like this, are you allowed to have things in your hands to fidget with? That's a very good question. I don't know. I mean, for an event like the World Championship that's so small, I'm sure like you could have like a stress ball in the back room that probably you could grip. It's a good question, though. I don't know. It's a good question. There are no ads for Kick, even though I'm not subscribed. Correct, Corey. There are no ads on Kick right now. And if you do want to subscribe, it's even better, because then when you subscribe, you're doing it for the love of your streamer. You want to support them, because out of the $5 subscription, I get 95% of that ad revenue. So I get $4.75, whereas on Twitch, you get 50-50 splits, which means you get $2.50. So that adds up very, very quickly. How's my day? It's going great, you guys. This coffee is bringing me back to life. I'm starting to feel good, starting to get animated. So Feeling good. You can have a stress ball but no squeaker. I don't think I want to know what a squeaker is. I don't think I do. So yeah, are they allowed to eat? Yes, they have snacks in the back room, usually like a banana, probably some fruits, maybe some chocolate. You know, I would say did I say ad revenue? I meant sub revenue, sorry. But yeah, I was gonna say, actually there was a period in time when I was working with the famous inventor of the game of chess. His name was Gary Chess, also known as Gary Kasparov. And Gary Kasparov, always his recommendation when I was working with him, he's like, you got to have like some chocolate right before the game. You got to have that chocolate, get the, I guess it's supposed to help the brain or whatever. He would always remind me to make sure I had some chocolate before the game started. So I don't know if I've told that tidbit before. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But yeah, do I like classical music? I do like classic music, but a little goes a long way for me. This kind of looks like London for white. I mean, it's a similar pawn structure, similar op on d3 here. The bishop placement on h4 is a little bit different, of course, but oh, chocolate is caffeine, that's why. Okay, I'll start playing chess just to have an excuse to eat chocolate. Yeah, why am I not there? I didn't make it, unfortunately, you guys. I didn't make it. So but yeah, they probably have some orange juice. Magnus Carlsen likes orange juice. Is this your new spot? Yeah, we're streaming mostly on Kick. We streamed yesterday on Twitch. I will be streaming on both, but primarily we're going to be on Kick. And of course, most importantly, we're going to watch MasterChef on Kick, not on Twitch. So anyway, back to the game. Ding thinking here. Both players' time usage has been decent. It's not out of this world yet. I don't think either player should be out of prep. I feel like Ding might be out of prep. Just the way that he's sitting at the board, the way that he's concentrated. I think Ding is out of prep. That's my guess. I think Ding is out of prep. That's my guess. Yeah, I think that Ding is out of prep here. So slight advantage to Nepo at this point in the game, since Nepo appears to still be in preparation. I mean, by that, what I mean is he's looked at this at home with computer. So right now, Nepo is not Jan Nepomniachtchi, 2800 player. He's actually Stockfish, 3500 level player. How come you know this position, not Ding? Ding knows the position, but he might not have actually like looked at it recently, or he might not have looked at the position recently, or he might not know exactly what the plan is here. So he doesn't have his next moves planned out because he hasn't looked at this exact position with the computer, or he hasn't looked at it for quite a while. One of those two. Do I see bed hair? No, you don't. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Apparently at this position against Ding, I don't have chess base open, so I'm not looking at chess base. Of course, it'd be easy to search. Jan Ludwig Hammer said that Magnus stopped drinking orange juice during the match because his nutritionist said it's apparently not good. Interesting. Well, orange juice is probably, I'm guessing orange juice is good if you like, my stepfather has diabetes, so I know that if you get like low blood sugar, things like orange juice are really good for getting your blood sugar up quickly. So maybe it's something where like if you have a lot of orange juice, it's just it's bad because it raises your blood sugar levels. If you have more than just a little bit here or there, like if you drink like a whole bottle, it might be bad. Maybe, yeah, maybe like it's a spike in your levels. Possibly, I don't know. Too much sugar, then you get tired. Aha, okay. Yeah, okay, so black's plan here. White wants to go for the minority attack with rook b1 and b4 b5. Although, you know, it's funny, this is where like I feel like, imagine if I was covering this game and the top G was around. I think you'd have something to say about a minority attack here. But anyway, yeah, I was about to say, like, if top G would probably have some great he had some great explanation for how that's like life or something. Anyway, back to the game. Okay, back to the game. Let's see. Ding can play knight h5, which is what I expect, to force the bishops off. Then white goes rook b1 and b4. Probably what black wants to do at some point is maybe bring the knights over, but again, I'm actually kind of worried about this minority attack with b4 b5. I don't know. It's actually, maybe you can go b5. I don't know, but I have a feeling that Ding is going to be thinking for quite a while here. That's what I think. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't like these positions, by the way, which is why I don't play this. Can I put this on ChessBase and give us more info about the next moves in previous games? I could check the online database, I guess. Yeah, there's no reason I can't open ChessBase. Okay, give me 1 second. Black gets an open file. Absolutely, yeah. Andrew Tate posted a photo of a chessboard and it's set up wrong. I don't believe that for a second. Andrew Tate is like 1800 at chess. There's no way he would set up the king and queen wrong. There's just no chance. There's no chance. What's the clock there? It is currently 5:28 a.m. in the morning. It's very early. No, there's just no chance. Yeah, no chance. So yeah, I'm opening chess space, taking forever. Okay, there we go. Let me create a new board. Control N, E4, or not E4, sorry, D4, D5. Okay, setting up the position. E3, C6, bishop D3, H6, castles, knight G2, D5, queen C2, knight BD7, A3, rook E8, castles. Okay, so all right, let's see. Okay, actually already here very few games, by the way, very few games, at least according to the online database, since I'm too lazy to put mega database on this computer. There are only 13 games. I played Emery Tate Stairs to Elevator. I'll give you the link. Actually, I did a YouTube video. We played 4 times. We played 4 games against each other. So I did play let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Is this it? No, it's not the right video. Well, let me link you to the video just in case. Okay, there it is. Yeah, here we go. I'll put the link to the video. There you guys go. That's the link to the video. Yeah, so I did a video. I played against Emery Tate four times. So all right, back to the chess. What I was saying is this position has been played. Apparently Liren himself has had this position here. He played knight h5 against Anish Giri in the Chessable Masters. So the tournament that I just finished 1 year ago, he played knight h5 here. So Ding has had this position. He played knight h5. Only game with knight h5. b5 and knight f8 are the most common moves in this position. So okay, I'll say this. I guarantee you, I would say like 95% chance knight h5 has been played. Knight h5 is knight h5 on the board? I hear sounds. Yeah, knight h5 is played. So in the game, rook a e1 was played here by Anish Giri. We'll see if Nepo plays rook a e1 or not. Nepo should still be in preparation here, because based on the fact that Ding had this position before, Nepo should be in prep. Am I sleeping? No, I'm awake, you guys. Could I beat Emery Tate blindfold at my current levels? Well, I mean, yes, but that's because also Emery Tate, when I played him, he was at the tail end of his career. Like, I was on the rise when I played him, so I was a little bit better than Emery when I played him, but I was still rising. Emery when I played him was probably already he was already declining a little bit because of age. So I mean, I would, but it's not a really fair comparison, because I never played Emery when he was at his peak. So it's not really fair. It's not really a fair comparison. Can you post a link? I think links are blocked on Kick, so I'll just find Andrew Tate's Twitter. You said he posted on Twitter, right? Cobra Tate. Let me see. I can just open it from here. Oh, is it? Which picture is it? Oh, but it's art. You guys, this is art though. This is artwork. This is art though. This is just art. This is just art. I mean, this is just art though. He didn't make this. It's just art though. He didn't make this. Someone made this for him. So yeah, I mean, you can say that, but this is just art. Like, this is just art. I mean, selfie accountability. Yeah, there should be accountability for a piece of art being wrong. Yeah, he drew it himself. This is where I post I post a picture. I put I post something. I'm like, correct your board. I should be like, where's your accountability for making a mistake with the board? But anyway, I don't need to get into that right now, so let's get back to the chess. All right, so we get bishop e7, queen takes e7. Do chess players usually smoke? Most chess players don't smoke. In the old days, a lot of players did smoke. So all right, okay, Nepo is missing from the wait, has Nepo moved here, or is Nepo just oh no, that is Nepo. Sorry, that's Nepo. It's Ding who's not at the board. Sorry. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So, all right. Probably Nepo is thinking here, which is interesting. There's almost no way Nepo has not looked at this. Smoking at the board, yeah. So back in the time of my stepfather and people like Emery Tate, people who are a little bit older, there was a period of time when smoking at the board was actually allowed. So so sometimes if you want to distract your opponent, you would actually just go and you'd light up and you smoke at the board and just puff the smoke in your opponent's face. I mean, it's hard to believe that was ever acceptable, but there was a time that was pretty commonplace. Isn't that a danger with wooden pieces? Yeah. Right, totally. But anyway, yeah, it did. Back in the old days, yeah, back in the old days, it was a thing. So you can't distract him with smoke if he smokes too. Yeah, but it's like my stepfather was saying, like there were days in the old days he used to play a lot of chess tournaments. He's about 2300, and so it's like it's like he was saying, like he would go play a tournament and like he was playing against someone and he was like he was just playing some Russian guy, I think it was, and he got this really good position, and as soon as his position started improving, he's starting to outplay the guy lit up the cigarette and started just puffing. He lit up the cigarette, started just puffing all the smoke in his face to try and get him to make a mistake. And I think my stepfather did actually blunder and lose the game. So yeah, it's yeah, it is a thing. In the old days it was pretty normal. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Proven strat. Yeah. Nowadays you can't do it, but yeah. Oh wait, sorry. So yeah, you guys are asking about going out for smoking. So yeah, this is always a fun topic at chess tournaments. So amongst the top players nowadays, almost nobody smokes. The only player who smokes is Alexander Grishuk. So it's always funny when I play a tournament and Grishuk is playing, because the arbiters or organizers, they ask, they're like, who smokes? And it's always one person, which is Grishuk. He's the only guy. So he basically has someone who escorts him outside so he can go smoke in peace. My stepfather is Sunil Weramantri. He's a FIDE master, originally from Sri Lanka. He's been teaching chess in the US for many years. Actually, somebody who knew Emery Tate quite well. He used to play quite a few blitz games with Emery back in the old days. Apparently they play blitz all night and then they go to Denny's and have breakfast. So so yeah, it's that's who my stepfather is. Anyway, all right, back to the game. We get rook e1, so we're still in the game. We're still following this game between Ding Liren and Anish Giri. We'll see what's gonna happen here. Nepo fell asleep. No, Nepo didn't fall asleep. No, my stepdad is Sunil Weramantri, but what I was saying is my stepfather played a lot of blitz games back in like the 80s. I think probably in the 80s he played a lot of blitz games with Emery Tate. My stepdad does not know Andrew. No, he doesn't. But it's still wild to think that somehow there's some connection from like 20-30 years ago. So all right, back to the game. Waiting for a move from Ding Liren. Nepo doesn't look happy. I wasn't looking at the cam to see how Nepo looked, but yeah. Can Nepo sleep at the table? You could sleep at the table. Yeah, you definitely could. King f8. No, I mean, knight f8 is probably the move to activate the bishop. What white wants to do is white wants to play for f3 and e4 and try to build a big white center, but you have to be careful because f3 rook e1, the reason is that, let's just say I play some random moves, just to illustrate the point, you want to go like f3 and e4 because now the rook guards the pawn. So the whole point behind rook e1 is you want to move this knight, push p in the center of the board and open it up. Yeah. 3K viewers. No, it's great, you guys. It's great with nochess.com embed/TV. And so many people being anti-kick at the moment for, you know, we don't need to get into that. I'm very pleased, very pleased, very pleased with everything so far, and I think kick is only going to grow. I think chess is going to grow on kick. I think kick itself is going to grow, and it's very good. Twitch was 20K viewers. Corbell, there's this thing called chess.com TV, which adds a lot of viewers, which we don't need to talk about right now, but that probably adds about, let's just say 5,000 to 6,000 viewers for every single streamer on the platform. So so it's a good thing for chess. Obviously, it raises the awareness of chess and everything else. But the real numbers for everybody are kind of a little bit different. Let's be honest. Anyway, back to the game. Waiting for a move from Ding Liren here. See Elon's third last tweet. What did Elon tweet? What did Mr. Elon tweet about X? I don't follow Elon. I got tired of seeing his non-stop tweets, so I'll have to look it up. New CEO, do you... Oh, is it, do you like the BBC? Do you like the BBC? Okay, yeah, the BBC, yes. Anyway, all right, thank you for making chess grow again. I started playing chess because of you. Thank you so much, appreciate it. Yeah, so all right, so we keep going. So let's see what Ding is going to play here. Like I said, this is all pretty standard. There's knight f8 to open up the scope for the bishop. Maybe you can play knight f6 back, although this looks a little bit sketchy to me after something like knight g3, knight f8, f3. White is definitely pushing for e4, and this looks kind of scary. So let's see what Ding does. Let's see what Ding intends to play here. Let's see what he intends to play. You inspired me to play chess. Yes, that's awesome. What's with the, oh, do they change the cams? Are they not showing? They're not showing cams, so let me turn it off for now. Yeah, because basically I'm capturing the cams from one of the other broadcasts. So right now they're not showing the players, so I'll leave it off until they show the players again. And we'll go from there. But at any rate, yeah, so I think knight f8 is the logical move to open up the scope. Queen g5 maybe is a move, but I think e4 then could be scary for black. Third last tweet, not the last tweet. I saw something about a big black center from Elon. I mean, so I don't know what your question is, but yeah. Yeah, so all right. Probably knight f8. I'm struggling. Maybe knight b6 is a move also, but knight b6, knight g3 followed by an e4 pawn thrust in the center. This knight just looks offsides here. What's it really aiming towards? So I really do expect knight f8 to be played here. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that at the moment Ding is, oh, they put it back on. So Ding is apparently thinking here. Yeah. Will Magnus ever play the World Championship again? I don't think in his current format he will play. I mean, maybe there's some amount of money, like, you know, I'll give you an example. Say Nepo wins this match, like, I don't know if some Putin crony comes up and offers to put up like 10 million for a match. Will Magnus decline? I don't know. That's the thing. It's hard to judge. Very, very hard to judge. So that's the thing. I assume the answer is still going to be no, because frankly it just feels like it feels very, I don't know, you don't feel good taking that kind of money, honestly. But I doubt it, but that's the question, is if that happened. So waiting for a move here from Ding. Ding is thinking here already. Another bad sign, a bad sign that Ding is deep in the tank and burning clock. If he's already played this before, because he's already played this against Anish, he should remember he had this position, and he should remember. So okay, it does go knight f8 finally. That's good. Best move. Now the question is, what will Nepo do here? I think we're still, I closed chess base, so I don't, well, let me see if I can find it. It would be Geary Ding Chess Bowl Masters 2022. Let me see if I can just Google it. Okay, let me pull it up from Chess Game. Let me see if I can pull up the game. Let me see, does it show up this way? I'm too lazy. Someone in chat can tell me what was played in the game. Knight f8, the point is that you open up the scope for the bishop here. You can also play queen g5. Why do they keep, oh, by the way, we're back. It's game time. It's back to the World Chairs Championship. We're back to it, you guys. We finally got back to it. I knew something was a little bit off this morning, right? Something was off. Something's not quite right. But finally, we're back to the World Chairs Championship, and right on cue, they flip away from the board. Typical. Actually, I realize, you know what FIDE is doing now? What FIDE is doing now is FIDE is deciding that if they're not at the board, they're not going to show the board because it looks bad. But so when the players get up and they're not there, they're basically not going to show the board. I could obviously, or now he's back at the board, so now they show the board, right? Now he's back at the board. So what they're going to do is they're basically going to try to not show the board when neither player is there. It's very, that's funny, actually. That's pretty good. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Let me put my logo here. Sorry, 1 second. So, all right. Why not just show the board and no chairs? You could do that too. That's true. So yeah, someone in chat can tell me what the moves are. Stop drinking something. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to stay hydrated, streamer. I talk nonstop. Like today, we're probably streaming for like 10 to 12 hours. So if we're having a very long stream today, I'm gonna have to talk. I gotta stay hydrated, gotta keep those vocal cords working. You know, it's like when someone goes to sing on American Idol or anything, you know, they're drinking water before they sing. Usually got to make sure that the throat is clear. So apologies. So all right, maybe it's Saudi Arabia by FIDE. Who knows? Okay, Nepo. So knight c1 was played by Anisha. Knight c1 idea to play f3 e4. It looks like a logical move. Computer likes queen d2 for some reason. After b6 it wants to go. Okay, this doesn't look quite right. Knight c1 looks like a logical move though, to play for f3 and e4. Yeah, Anish again. Yeah, this is played in the game between Geary and Ding Liren at Chessable Masters in 2022. Nepo looks like Magnus. Not quite, a little bit different, but still. So let's see. I will say, however, this opening so far, it's pretty good for Ding. He's gotten more or less what he wants so far. More or less what he wants. So Nepo needs better tailored shirts. Yeah, that, I mean, but chess players are weird. I think because chess players generally, you know, we aren't like super rich. We have to struggle a lot to get to the top. Generally, chess players don't have chess players are pretty averse to spending money. Averse, not adverse, averse, I should say. So yeah, we try not to spend too much money. That's just how it is. Why do they need to write down their moves when they're recorded anyway? Because if you need to make a claim, so I'll give you an example. Say they get to like move 40 and someone says like Ding runs out of time. Nepo's like, you lose the game. Nepo has to be able to prove with the score sheet, with the notation, that Ding has not made 40 moves. That's why. I would say it's the same thing. So for example, you want to claim a repetition and it's like, say, I'll give you an example. Say we play this position, okay? And then I'm going to give you a perfect example. Say we get some position where like 10 moves later we have this position on the board. This, I think I only made this repetition twice, but let's just assume this is 3 times this position. If you don't have the notation or the score sheet to prove it, an arbiter could reject your claim, I believe. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, if you have some repetition where it's not an automatic threefold, like we get the same position again, like 10 moves later, say we play rook c8, knight e2, rook d8, knight c1, rook here, like this again, this is a threefold right here. It's a threefold repetition, but it's happened in a weird move order, so you need the score sheet to prove it. Although nowadays I think actually you can make the claim without having to show your score sheet. So I don't know actually what the reason is. You might be right. So I'm not sure. Okay, knight c1, knight f6, f3, knight e6, and queen f2 and c5 was the Anish game against Ding. Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you guys who are wondering, yes, there is a ridiculous dress code for the events. So there is a dress code. So for example, when I played the candidates tournament in 2022 in Madrid, Fabiana and I wore very respectful dress jeans, and both of us got told that we couldn't wear dress jeans. We were told we had to wear slacks or something stupid like that. So when people wonder why why so many of us hate FIDE and why we just don't, well, we hope that there is a better alternative. That's just one of many reasons, but it is a reason. So yeah, it's pretty terrible. FIDE has been pretty bad about a lot of different things. So when you guys ask me about Hawaiian shirts, they'd probably be like, no, you can't wear Hawaiian shirts because it's bad for the image of chess. We want everybody wearing suits. We want to pretend it's 1950s. So that's how FIDE is pretty much. The whole format is mid. No one who isn't a chess fan already can watch this. Obviously stream hits different. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, tell them you're a boomer. Yeah, Gary wanted alternative, yes, but the difference between Gary Kasparov and what's happening in chess now is that when Gary did it, it's like trying to find a sponsor who's going to put money into the game. But right now what you have is a group in chess.com that they are financially viable. They are making money hand over fist. They are financially successful. They're on stable ground. So it's much different than the times of Gary Kasparov where you had sponsors come in, but the sponsors had to find a way to generate revenue. Chess.com is generating revenue. They are profitable, and so it's a whole different landscape whatsoever. Whole different landscape. So that's the big difference between now and old times is that nowadays it's very different. because like when you had the PCA, what happened is Gary Kasparov had to find a lot of sponsors, but the sponsors weren't able to find a way to generate a return on the investment. So when you're not generating an ROI on the investment, at some point when you're spending millions of dollars to support chess, it's great and all, but unless you're one of those millionaires or billionaires that Bernie hates so much, then you can't just keep spending money. But right now you have chess.com, which is just very successful. They're making money. And so it's just completely different. They can afford to support chess the way they're doing now because they're making money. They're profitable. So it's very, very different. Completely different. I would be world champion if I focus on chess instead of streaming. I don't know if that's true, you guys, and I'll tell you why. Because the mindset that I have now is 100% due to the fact that I'm no longer a professional chess player and I'm a streamer first. I would not be able to have this mindset, which this mindset in turn has generated my performances lately. And so I wouldn't have this mindset if I was playing chess professionally. So I think it's one of those catch-22s where I don't think you can say I'd be world champion, because my mind and the stress levels would be off the charts the way they were prior to retiring from chess in 2020. So it's very tricky, like, because I wouldn't be able to play the way that I play now if I was a professional chess player. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like, the mindset I have now is specifically because I'm a streamer first. So it's like it's tough. It's tough. Okay, let's turn this off. We don't want to see some ad. We don't want to see some ad for one of those Russian companies. Let's keep going. Of course, to make matters worse, by the way, for those of you guys who aren't aware, this event that's being sponsored, it's being sponsored by a Russian. It's being sponsored by a Russian who is currently being sanctioned by the country of Ukraine for supporting the Russian war effort. So that also doesn't help matters when it comes to FIDE either. So there are just a lot of problems right now with FIDE. Yeah, literally, that's why I'm turning it off, because literally the main sponsor of the event is a Russian. Is a Russian who's being sanctioned by Ukraine for supporting the Russian war efforts. So I mean, it's pretty terrible. Anyway, so knight c1 is played by it is played by Nepo. I assume that Ding will play knight f6 pretty quickly here, or knight e6, one of these moves. So we'll see. Why is that allowed? Because it's the only sponsor they could find. It's the only sponsor they could find to put up $2 million for this match, because most people are like, this isn't a world championship match, why should we support it? So yeah. I saw you streaming on Twitch yesterday while doing the speed run. Do you stream the speed runs? No, we're probably gonna get back to our legendary speed run later on today, and we're gonna be doing that here on Kick. So yeah, it's all good. How much do I think Richie Rich is getting paid by Ding Liren? I don't know, but I will tell you guys that I do feel very bad for Ding Liren, because he's from the country of China, which you would expect them to be very big on supporting Ding, because, you know, if Ding becomes world champion, they can say, we've got the world champion, it's great on the international stage. But apparently in China, they really just don't support chess. So like Ding, I'm under the impression he did not have much support, and probably he's paying everything out of pocket for his trainers. Now of course he's going to make $800,000, or actually, sorry, he's going to make $400,000 from this match. So maybe for Ding, it's like, it's not as easy to just pay. Yeah. Also, of course, the reason I said 400,000, those of you guys who aren't aware, the Chinese Chess Federation, they take 50% right off the top, baby. You get 50%, no ifs, ands, or buts. 50% of your prize money goes right to the Chess Federation, and there you go. That's just how it works, you guys. That's how it works. That sounds like Twitch. Yeah, no, I'm not joking, by the way, when I say that. I've heard that from multiple sources, that they just take 50% right off the top. Yeah, they just Russia is different. I don't think Russia takes money off the top, and Russia has a flat tax. So yeah, it's just 50% right off the top, baby. That's communism. Welcome to the real world. So anyway, 50%, some purple site is interested. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, back to the chess. Yeah. Why is he playing then? He's playing a match, you guys. What do you want? So anyway, as I was saying, though, it's pretty expensive. I guess I can tell you guys, like, when I've done some stuff, so I'll tell you this, like, for example, when I played the match when I played the Kansas in 2016, I want to say that I spent For the candidates, probably I spent about like $60,000 is my guess on trainers. So for the world championship, we're probably spending more. And if you're Ding, where you don't have that state support the way that Nepo does, where you don't have very wealthy sponsors and individuals, it's not super easy. So I don't know how much he's spending. I don't know. Yeah, it's not trivial though. Now for example, I had some support. I assume Jan is probably spending, like, he's not spending himself, but I bet that Jan is spending probably, like, his sponsors are probably spending in excess of probably $300,000 on this match. I'm just gonna be blunt. I bet it's like 300K, just a guess. Of course, Jan, I think his main sponsor is this one of the Russian oligarchs, Potanin, a big Putin supporter, who's like worth like $25 billion. So I think Jan has like endless support from sponsors in Russia. So, all right, back to the game, waiting for a move from Ding Liren. This is also why I was going to say, when I heard about what Ding's second, who his seconds were, and the people supporting him. No, it's not Abrahamovich. I think it's Potanin is the guy's name. He's like Potanin. He was a partner of Prokhorov, I think, back in the old days. So like when I think about the seconds, like, Jan has a very, very professional approach. He's got many people working for him, pretty much all of like the Russian elite chess circles. So he's got this massive team behind him. So when I heard that Ding is like working with Richard, and it's not clear who else he's working with, you feel like Ding is already at a big disadvantage going into this match. On top of the fact that that Nepo played the world championship last time around, and probably there's a lot of preparation that he didn't use. So anyway, knight c1 played. So there's knight f6 or knight e6 here. I don't know which one's gonna happen. If Ding loses this match, how much social credit do I think he will drop? Okay, very funny, you guys, very funny. I don't know. Anyway, all of you guys who created your Kick accounts to watch me, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Big shout out to 3,200 people who are watching. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Do we have cams back or cams back? Let's see. Oh, they changed the layout now. So let me change this. Okay, let's pull this down. Here we go. So yeah, so Ding is sitting at the board, Nepo not sitting at the board. So let's pull this out. There we go. All right. Can the Ding make a comeback? Today is probably the most critical game of the match today, because if Ding survives, it's still match on, game on. Ding will have the white pieces tomorrow. If Ding loses today, I'm going to say that I think Ding is not going to have a chance to come back in this match. So very, very critical match here. Very critical. I'm not on Twitch. We are streaming primarily on Kick now. We are, of course, streaming on Twitch still once or twice a week, but we're streaming on both. So I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it, having a good time. Trying to grow chess on a new platform. I think that things, Kick is new. I think a lot of people don't realize that if Kick has success, that's going to be very good for the whole ecosystem of creators, chess or otherwise. So I'm very optimistic, and I hope that it keeps growing. I do. You think Vidit is working with Ding? He hinted about that on stream. Vidit Gujarati from India could be working with Ding. Thank you to Polka Trick for this subscription. Thank you to Polka Trick. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. What if Kick never takes off? Well, I'm still streaming on Twitch as well, you guys. But I hope that Kick has success. I do. 3K viewers on Kick at 6 a.m. Good stuff, man. Yeah, we're continuing to grow. Big shout out to Train the other day who rated me, brought over like he brought over like 13,000 people. There is a Kick app on Android and iOS. There, of course, it's glitchy. People do sometimes forget that Kick is still in beta. It's only been out for 5 months. So they're working on all these issues very, very as fast as they can, I should say. So they're working on all these issues as fast as they can, and again, it's only going to keep improving. I'm very, very optimistic about the future. Yeah, people forget. They think that like Kick is like this thing that it's like they worked on it for like 2 or 3 years or something. It's only been out for 5 months. They're doing it on the fly. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about the future, and of course, I think all the people who are rooting for it to fail don't realize at the end of the day, if Kick is successful, that is going to be very good for all content creators on Twitch or otherwise. It'll be very, very good. What separates Twitch from Kick? Well, first of all, if you subscribe to my channel, you're supporting me because I get 95% of the ad revenue. So I'm getting $4.75 out of the $5 instead of $2.50, because it's 95.5 instead of 50.50. Secondarily, there are no ads. So anytime I open up Twitch, and you guys will be able to relate to this. I get hit with 9 ads. Subscription, I said subs, I didn't say ad, I said sub revenue. You get 95.5, so you get, maybe I did, okay, so sub revenue. Let me internalize that. And so for the viewers also, you get no ads. So there are no ads right now on kick.com. So with no ads, you get a much more pleasant, much more enjoyable viewer experience, which means, of course, that when you open up Twitch and you turn on a stream, you get hit with 9 ads at the start, which you are unskippable as well. And it just makes the whole experience very unpleasant. Very unpleasant. So you guys think that VOD is working with Ding? Interesting. If VOD is also working with Ding, you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a hot take. I'm gonna give you guys a semi-hot take here. That if Ding is working with VOD and Rapport, that tells me that he is getting no state support at all. No support at all. That's because there is no good reason. There is no good reason that China, that like, I mean, I don't know who I can think of, but it's like, but like, I feel like the government should just be like, okay, Ding, tell us who to pay, and we'll you know, tell us who to pay, or frankly, tell us which Chinese gem you want to work with, and that would be it. Because honestly, there's so many strong players in China. You have Bu Zhangji, you have Wei Yi, you have Wang Hao, you have Wang Yui, you've got Yu Yangyi. Those guys are all very, very strong, and if none of them are working with Ding, that just tells me that he's not getting support. He's not getting support. That's my guess. So I don't know. Wesley So did not receive much state support when he was based in the Philippines. Sure, but you guys, the Philippines is not China. China is like the second most powerful country on earth. Economically, it might even be the most powerful at the moment. So like it's kind of different. It's also weird because in China you have this gaming atmosphere, which I know things are changing in China in recent times. But if you think about China, they've always been big on gaming. You have countries, or not countries, sorry, you have companies like Tencent, you have NetEase, you've got all these big companies that are big on gaming. Now we know, of course, that in recent times it's like the government said, like, you know, they're trying to limit time, cut back on gaming, etc., etc. But there is this like culture of gaming in China that is very big. So to me, it's kind of surprising. It's kind of surprising that that it would appear he's not getting much support, because of course if Ding wins, this is huge. I mean, on the international level, you think about China, like being able to say you have the world chess champion, that's something that's like very, very big, very prestigious. So it's just surprising. It's surprising. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Would I receive state support from the US? No, of course not. This is America. In America, chess isn't big enough. In America, you've got all these other things going on. So all right, anyway, okay, back to the game. Waiting on a move from Ding. Ding is still thinking, do we have cams? Ding is thinking, let me change the scene again, because they've reverted. Let's make the cam bigger. Okay. Okay, so in this position, Ding is thinking for a long time. I don't know why Ding is thinking here, by the way. This is bizarre. I mean, I feel like Ding must be feeling nerves or something, because Ding, he's had this position before, right? He's had this position against Onigiri before, so why has he used 40 plus minutes? It's pretty inexplicable. I know that I can save scenes and switch faster. Well, the thing is, you guys, the camera's in different places. I'm too lazy to duplicate the scene 20 times. So and again, we're chilling, having a good time. I don't care if it costs me 5 seconds. I'm not an official broadcaster or something. Yeah, he's used 40 minutes. This is very strange. This is very, very strange. I gotta admit, like, I'm very confused by Ding's thinking. This is also not a good sign. Not a good sign whatsoever that Ding has been thinking this long. Would I have been paid or been in a corner for the big game? You mean would I have worked with one of the players? No, because I'm a streamer first, you guys. I play chess for fun. Not another silly name such Chao Hikaru. Good morning. How are you doing? So, buongiorno, as we like to say in the old language. Buongiorno. So, all right. I'll probably do more Italian takes when we cover Master Chef later, but for right now we're speaking English here, or speaking American, I should say. We're speaking American here. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Ding is thinking this long. This is just not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Yeah, it's not a good sign. It's really not a good sign since he's actually had this literal position before. But I mean, maybe Ding has forgotten that he had this position. You do so much preparation, your mind is a little bit fuzzy, and you just forget things. In a world championship or candidates, it's very different, as I know personally. So, I mean, this is just bad, though. This is just very, very bad. I mean, he can't afford to tank here. He's got to move quickly. This is bad. This is bad. If Ding loses this match, I mean, or loses this game, the match is over. I'm just calling it right now. I think it's over. So he plays knight f6, which is what he played before, right? But even when I look at Ding, the whole expression, everything about him just doesn't look right. He looks off. It's just something looks wrong. He just looks off. I can't even really pinpoint it, but he looks off. He looks off. And it's tough to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It's very tough to watch because, of course, like I've played against Ding. I've seen him. He just normally he looks very chill, very calm, and it just feels like something's off. Why is the video behind the board? Because they're playing in Kazakhstan, so I assume the relay is just it's not literally in real time. So I assume Ding's idea is to play knight e6 and c5, probably knight e6 and c5 at some point. And the question is, can he blast the center before Nepo gets f3 and e4? So yeah. Ding, buongiorno Hikaru, come stai? Tutto bene, grazie. Okay, let's see. So f3 is a move, knight b3 is a move. I don't know what else you can play here, but yeah. All right, no, I should say molto bene, grazie. Wrong phrasing. Anyway, we got f3 here. We're probably gonna get knight e6 and c5 at some point. Okay. No Spawn Cat. I'm sorry, bro. You're gone. Sorry, Spawn Cat. Sorry, you're just gone, dude. Not we keep it clean in here. Keep it clean in here. Sorry. Okay, f3 played. We're gonna get knight e6 played here, and then c5 at some point. Yeah. Is it possible he forgot his game? Absolutely, it's possible. I would actually tell you guys, you speak Italian well. In a past life, I dated an Italian girl, so I spent a fair chunk of time in Italy in another lifetime ago. So all right, f3 played here. Probably gonna get knight e6, maybe c5. Both moves are possible. Okay, we're back to the World Chair Championship. By the way, how long until they turn the cams off? Let's see. How long until the cams get turned off? How long until they stop showing the board is the question, or how long? I'm gonna bet that inside. Oh no, they're not gonna turn it off because Ding is back at the board. Never mind, Ding is back. I was gonna say, I feel like probably if someone is away from the board, if both players aren't at the board for more than like 2 minutes, they're gonna basically just turn it off. So anyway, the picture of Ding looks like Eric Hansen. Well, Eric is half Chinese, I believe. I think Eric Hansen is half Chinese, if I'm not mistaken, so it could make sense. How many languages do you speak? I speak English. My Italian's kind of going by the wayside because I never use it anymore. I speak some Spanish, smidgen of Japanese and French. That's what I do. So all right. So I assume we're gonna get knight e6 here. Do I speak Czech? I don't speak Czech. I mean Czech, or are you trying to be funny? I mean, I spent time in Prague, by the way. I love Prague. If you guys want vacation suggestions, you want to go somewhere that's like Eastern Europe. It's got that kind of like Eastern vibe, but you still want it to be like westernized and not like kind of sketchy. I strongly recommend you go to Prague. Czech Republic is a great place to be. I've had great experiences there. Great experiences. So yeah. Check a mate. Yeah, why not Romania? I've been in Romania, but not I've only been there like once. Only once. I don't know a whole lot about Romania. But yeah, I've been to Czech Republic. What do I like about Prague? I love the area. I love the nightlife. I remember before the chess Olympiad which was held in Russia, of course, a bunch of us with the American team, we went to Prague, like myself, there was this guy Tony Rich, also Robert Hess, another chess commentator, he was there too, and we went out, we had some fun before the event. I think we went out and had some absinthe. It was like there were some wild times at Prague back in the old days. Another one of my past lives, by the way. So yeah, Bobby Hess and I and everything and stuff, we had good times. Good times. Yeah. So anyway, all right, back to the chess, waiting for a move. Probably 96 will be played here. I assume 96 will be played here. Yes, you guys, if you ask the question, I am straight. Yeah, I mean, I'm straight, but again, like, let's be fair. No, let's be 100% clear on this, because we're not going to get into these topics. Everyone is as they are. Let's put it that way. So, of course, I am a supporter of LGBTQ. Like, come on, nobody's hurting anybody. Let them live their lives. So, yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I not to be a counterpoint, but let's be honest. Like, you know, if someone is straight, if they're gay, whatever, is that affecting my life? Are they hurting me in any way? Are they really? Like, let them live their lives. Like, give me a break. Yeah. Come as you are. Come as you are is isn't that the classic? That's the Nirvana. That's Nirvana, right? That's Nirvana. Come as you are, right? I think Come as you are is that on Kurt Cobain's tombstone? Come as you are. I think that's on Kurt Cobain's his grave, right? Or is that a song? That's a song too, but isn't that on his grave? Or is that just the town? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. All right. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Waiting for a move from Liren here. So, all right. When was the last time you took a shower, young man? I took a shower last night after my stream, but again, today I just rolled out of bed and I booted up the stream. That's what it was. You seem like a good chess player. You could go pro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took a shower last night. But I literally woke up at like 4:10 and I just got ready. I made my coffee, everything else. So, what's with the move counter? I mean, I don't know what to say, you guys. I mean, you're asking me about this game. I mean, I think when I'm looking at this position, I'm very unhappy if I'm Liren. I'm still drinking instant coffee. Yes, you guys, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Yeah, I'm still drinking my instant coffee from Costco. What can I say? I'm a very simple person. Do I think they should take away the screens in the restroom? Maybe round 4 is tomorrow. We'll be covering that as well. But again, like, I'm not why is Ding used 49 minutes and it's a position he's already had before? I don't understand. So, all right, anyway, waiting for a move here. We get 96. Geary said it's good for black. I mean, I would probably prefer to play this for black, just because black has easier plans. Like c5 is very obvious, where it's not so clear to me how white forces in e4. But being down, I mean, 25 minutes already is not a good sign. It's not a good sign with no increment, where at some point you're going to have to make critical decisions, and if you don't have enough time to think, you could very easily make a mistake. So Ani's just saying Nepo mixed his prep with his game. Oh, really? So he's saying he mixed it in what sense? He's saying that he confused something or not? I don't know. Yeah, switching off camera. Let's see how long till they stop showing it, because we're back to the World Chair Championship. How do I think the inflation data will come out today in 2 hours? I don't know. I think we're gonna rally though. I think we're gonna rally. Just my guess. That would be my best guess, but I'm not. I don't know. What do we have? Let's see. What is Tesla? Generally is a pretty good projector. Tesla down 0.34% pre. Okay, nothing yet really. Yeah, it's dry. We'll see. So computer likes queen d2. I'm guessing queen f2 and e4 is what we'll get, something like that. But queen f2 c5, and already, I mean, hard to judge what's going on. I mean, queen f2 looks like the human move, because you want to go e4 but you hang the juicer. So you go queen f2 first, and let's just say I play a random move, you get e4, and then you guard the pawn on d4. So queen f2 makes sense. OTB chess, what do you think about the waiting room? It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, he's saying he got confused between his prep and Anish versus Ding, since he's not playing the engine moves. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I expect queen f2. Queen f2 is a move I would play probably. Knight b3 maybe is a move also to go e4 because you guard this way, but it's less effective because at some point if you go e4 there's always a4 to target the knight and win the pawn. So queen f2 looks like the right move to me. Or you can go back, I mean maybe, but this doesn't make sense. Maybe you can go back to play e4 and we get some kind of weird draw possibly, but we'll see. Gary's game was queen f2 c5. Okay, here comes Nepo. Okay, Jan is back here. Yeah, do I do my eyebrows? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. So queen f2, knight b3. I'm looking for other options here. I'm struggling to find other options. If players spend too long away from the board, do they get too much time to play this match? I don't know. I mean, I think the time control is too slow, but it is the World Chess Championship. This has been like a format that's been around for many years, a classic World Championship match. It's really been around since it's been around for over 100 years. Do I think Nepo would play better if he lost weight? I don't think that matters for Nepo because Nepo has great preparation. He's played multiple world championships, etc. Am I a fan of Hassan Piker? No, I'm not a fan. I mean, Hassan is entertaining. If you watch Hassan for entertainment, I think he's great. If you watch Hassan because you actually think what he's saying about politics makes any sense, then I don't know what to say. let's leave it at that. I don't need to try to start some drama, but yeah, if you listen to his actual, like his real political takes, I mean a lot of it is complete nonsense. If you watch it for entertainment, I think Hassan is great though. You watch it for entertainment, railing and going off on people, I think it's fantastic. But if you watch it for the actual politics, it's yeah, a little bit different. So queen f2 is what I would play here. Queen f2, apparently computer likes queen d2 maybe, but the problem for Jan in this position is that the problem for Jan here is that he only has one idea, which is play for e4, and black basically has to react to it. So when white goes queen f2, you're trying to go e4. There's only one plan, so you basically have to focus on this one plan and come up with a move. So it's the only move. Let's not start this day. It's too early. Elsa farming. I mean, whatever. Who cares? So yeah, I mean queen f2, g4 is very bold. I don't like g4 because it's c5 again. Where's your push? You can't push g5 because you hang the pawn. You can't push f4 because then you lose the juicer. You can't really push e4 because you lose the juicer. So if you play g4, you don't have any pawn push. You can't really push p. So that's why g4 is not great. Next moves are going to be I would say the next like 3 to 4 moves are really going to determine sort of the texture of where we're going in this game today. It's going to determine a lot. Yeah, for sure. So let's see if we get queen f2 or get something else. There's only one game in this position as far as I can tell between Anish Giri and Ding Liren. Played in the Chessable Masters last year around this time, by the way. I think Chessable Masters, let me see when it was played. I think it was played when I was in Colorado preparing for the candidates, but let me see when the exact dates were. Oh no, it was. I was right actually. Yeah, it was played Chessable Masters was played in January, February, March, April, May of 2022. So actually I remember this quite well, the tournament, because I was already training for the candidates. I was in Colorado Springs doing preparations for the tournament. So I remember this very well. After queen f2, b5 is the engine best and c5 is the Anish game. Yeah, I assume Nepo will play queen f2. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't play queen f2. I will say, however, that like some of these positions I think in classical chess are fine, but in rapid I don't like them so much, because when you're playing with the white pieces you have to play for one idea, and it's very hard without using a lot of time to find the right break, since black always puts pressure on this d4 pawn. So in a classical game is fine, but in a rapid or blitz game I generally don't like these systems where you have to play for the e4s. So moment of truth here. Nepo using his time. Let's see what Nepo is going to play in this position. Knight b3 is a move. I've played Vesel and Topolov many times, so I watch Spanish streamers. I have watched some here or there, so yeah, it's all good. You think Nepo's going to look for a threefold? I doubt that highly. Is it true that Vita is helping Ding? I don't know, but if he is helping him, it's very clear that Ding is not getting state support, because Ding would, because like I feel like the government could literally like tell them like, you all have to help Ding. This is like our national pride is on the line. you know, we got to win this match. So if he's actually working with rapport and if he's working with rapport and VOD, then I mean that would be two non-Chinese players, and that would tell me that basically he's just not getting any support. D's black knights are really strong. D's knights are pretty good on e6 and f6. So yeah. So why does Ding not change his federation if he doesn't get support? Because he, oh no, oh no, 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 oh no, oh no, please don't tell me we're gonna get knight f8 and we're gonna get a draw or something. Wait a second. But if you go knight f8, maybe I can just go knight g3, or I can play e4. Wait, no, actually I think actually no, you can't do it. Probably I know, because it's a different position, right? This is the position, so the pawn's on f2 here, so you go here. Yeah, so actually if you go knight f8, white won't play knight c1. White will play either e4 or knight g3. Never mind, we're not going to get a draw. It's okay, we're not going to get a draw. I was really scared there for a second that we might get an early draw. If we got a quick draw, I wouldn't even do a recap, by the way. If we got a quick draw, I would not do a recap for YouTube. So let's see. Yeah. Can you spend a day without coffee? Of course I could, but if I'm streaming, it's pretty tough, especially now because I'm actually streaming more than ever in some ways. Yeah, knight g3 and e4. I mean, the idea obviously is, say black plays move like rook b8, you go e4 and the knight guards the pawn, so you get the big white center. And if black plays like knight g5, you can just go knight g3 and then e4, and everything's protected here. So knight g2 actually not the worst move I've ever, or knight 1 e2, not the worst move I've ever seen. And we'll see. So anyway, before your stream, what do you do in your free time besides chess? Lately I've been trying to go out and run a couple miles every single day. Last few days it's been very rainy and wet, and I've been streaming a long time, so I haven't been able to get outside and exercise. But I like to do that. I follow like the stock market probably too much. So I follow the stock market quite a bit. What else is there? I don't know what else I do these days. I don't have a home gym. No, I just go outside. Ding is going for a draw. No, I mean Ding is going to play c5 here, I assume. Try to strike in the center. c5 or maybe b5. c5 knight f4 leads to a big imbalance here though. After takes, if black takes, there's this, and then white can even take on c5. White is a queen and a pawn for D's rooks, and the knight is kind of jumping here. You have access to these two squares via b5, so white's probably better. c5 knight f4 leads to a big imbalance. This is very interesting if this happens. I would hope that Ding doesn't spend too much time here though. That's what I really hope, is that Ding does not think for too long in this position, but we'll see, of course. Why is Bitcoin going up? Is Bitcoin up this morning too? I saw it's over 30k. I assume it's related to the banking crisis, rates, and other stuff. I mean, banking, oh no, it's down today, but still holding 30, so we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Do you get recognized outside by fans? I do, actually, quite frequently. Anyway, let's see what Ding does here. There's c5. I think b5 and c5 are really the only two moves that look realistic to me, as I mean, like right off. I mean, maybe even more time you can play like queen d8 or something to prophylactic move to stop e4, but doesn't really feel right. I think c5 or b5. I think one of these two moves will get played here. That's my best guess. Let's see what Ding does though. Ding is thinking, but again, he's just down too much time. I mean, he's down nearly an hour on the clock here. This is just not good. Do I have a business email? Yes, we have it on our Twitter page, as well as our YouTube and everything else. On my Twitter page, yeah, it is a teamgmhikaru@gmail.com, or sorry, I should say on our X page, because it's no longer Twitter, it's now called X. But yeah, so yep. So anyway, here we go. TikTok link doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't? Oh, sorry. So all right, so anyway, in this position, waiting for a move here, waiting for a move. I assume we're gonna get c5. That's my best guess. C5 is the move. What's wrong with Ding? I think he's feeling a lot of pressure. And I think what I would have said, having been in such a similar situation, you know, one thing that I changed when I went to the candidates in this past year versus when I played when I played the candidates in 2016 is I made sure that I arrived in Spain way in advance of the event. Maybe not super far, but I think I got to Spain like 2.5 weeks before the candidates tournament began, just to get like acclimated, get used to the surroundings of being in Spain. And in 2016 I arrived in Moscow, I think maybe like 4 days before the event began. And I think it's really crucial you get there very early. I think Ding did not arrive super early. So I think that might be a mistake, is you got to get acclimated, get used to the surroundings. And so like for me, I arrived there, I arrived like 2.5 weeks before the candidates began in Spain. And I think that was one of the biggest things that I did. So I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think Ding arrived only a few days before it began. I don't think he arrived way in advance. I do not know Aiden Ross. I mean, I don't want to talk about Aiden Ross really. So yeah. But Astana is pretty close, barely 2 or 3 hour time difference. No, but you guys, it's not about the time difference, like the time zone change, like 3 to 6 hours. It's the fact that you got to get acclimated. You got to get used to your surroundings. And I think if Ding had been there like for 2 weeks, he'd be used to it, he'd be ready. It would take some of the edge off. But I think Ding arrived only a couple days before it began. I think that was a big mistake, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong, of course. I don't know exactly when he arrived, but I don't think he arrived super early. So okay, waiting for a move here. Ding already down. I mean, this time usage is just terrible. He's down to 1:05 already. I mean, he's down to 1:05, and we're on move 17. Yeah, I mean, this is already very bad for Ding. Very bad. If Nepo can keep the game interesting, where there aren't obvious moves, obvious like instant split-second decisions, I think Ding's gonna get into time trouble in this game again. Any predictions on a boxing match? No, I don't have any predictions on Andrea's boxing match against Michelle Kerr, but I will say it's kind of bizarre to me that like she's boxing against people who are all like 10 plus years older than her. Like I mean, can they really not find someone who's 18 years old or 19 years old like she is? I mean, Dina Belankaya is like 28 years old. Michelle Kerr is like 31 years old. Like, I mean, to me, it's just kind of bizarre. I'm not joking. Like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, honestly, like, can you imagine me trying to box someone who's 18 years old? Like, I don't care how much training I have. At 18 years old, like, you have such an advantage. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I just mean your energy levels at 18, 19, 20 are like so much better. No, I'm not talking about pro, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I just think about generally. Like I just think about myself at like 18, 19, 20, like the energy I had compared to now. I'm not saying that I can I'm not saying that like I can't work out or things, but like it was like much easier back then. It was never an effort. You just go hit the gym. Like it was never an effort at that age. But now like it's like I have to be like, I actually have to like find the motivation. I can't just go and do it. But anyway, whatever. All right, so okay, waiting on a move still. I did squats 3 days ago. My butt still hurts. Okay, dude. Anyway. So yeah. So anyway, okay. Do I think that he's traumatized from the loss? I don't think so. But I mean, my general read of the situation is Ding is everything is out of character. He's down half an hour on the clock here. I mean, he's getting into the zone where it's okay still, but it's getting scary. It's getting very scary here. I'm not feeling good for Ding. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not feeling good for him. Not feeling good at all. I mean, it's probably it's a combination of thinking too long, second guessing yourself, everything. I mean, like that's actually one of the things that's very different with me now versus the me of old, is that the me of now, like you saw it in the American Cup when I played. The gym is already showing benefits, thanks. But but like for example, when I was playing in the American Cup, I was playing these classical games. I would play some moves quickly. Like I wouldn't play them in like 1 second, but I'd take like a couple minutes and just play a move, because it's like, okay, you know, I can spend time second guessing, doubting myself, whatever, but like the move looks fine, I think it's fine. Why am I gonna just like put myself in this mental situation where like I start stressing? And that's one thing that in the old days I would never have done, because in the old days I would have been like, pardon my French for a second, I'd be like, oh shit, oh man, I'm gonna blunder. If I blunder and lose the game, I'm gonna lose like 5 rating points. My world ranking is gonna go down. Oh no, the world's ending. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I would freak out in the old days. And so like I would freak out, and that's like a part of the thing about being a pro chess player versus being a streamer where like it doesn't mean anything. It's like, who cares? I blunder, I lose, I can laugh, I can do a recap. Who cares? I mean, what's the big deal? Nobody cares. But freaking out over 5 rating points, of course you freak out, because you guys, the invitations for tournaments are based off ranking. So for a second, let me change the scene. I'll show you guys. So I'll be honest here. So like, so let's look at the rating list here. You see the players are playing right now, but I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say right now you're someone like Levon Aronian or Alexander Grishuk, and you're right around top 10 in the world. Your rating is 2745. So if your rating is 2745, for example, and you do badly in tournament, you lose like 2 games. Let's just say you play players where you lose 5 points. You lose 2 games, your rating goes down to 2735. You're number 16 in the world. You're very unlikely to get invitations to tournaments. So it actually is a very stressful thing, where it's like you have to be really, really focused. And it's very stressful, because if you lose a couple of games, you drop out of top 10, go to like number 20 in the world, just like that, your invitations are gone. Invitations are completely gone. So for the next like 6 months, you're gonna have to find a way to play you're gonna have to play tournaments where like you risk losing more points, not the top tournaments. And it is a big thing. It is a big thing. So yeah. So anyway, back to the game. Back to the game. Let's keep going. Here we go. Yeah, it's very stressful. So it's like when you lose the rating, you get worried. You don't lose rating if you don't play, but that's the point. So like in the old days, like I would worry a lot about these things, whereas now I don't worry. In many ways, it's like it's freed me. Like as Morpheus would say, and since the Matrix is, you know, so much in the common like thought process or zeitgeist or whatever the word is these days, you know, it's like Morpheus, when it's like you're on the Empire State Building in the Matrix, and you it's like free your mind. And it's like the fact that I don't have to worry about these things has definitely freed my mind. It's freed my mind. So the question is, will he play knight f4 or bishop b5? Those are the 2 best moves according to the computer, and we'll see what happens. Ding hasn't been playing well since Tata Still he played badly because he simply was trying not to show his best openings. Are you saying that if you somehow became top 20 in the world, it'd be okay to you? Of course it'd be fine. It'd be completely fine now, because I don't play chess professionally. I'm a streamer. So World Chair Championship is back, by the way, you guys. We're back to the World Chair Championship, and this is a very critical moment too. How many moves? We're only on move 17, you guys. They have to make Ding has to make 23 moves in 59 minutes. A lot of moves to go. Okay, Jan is back at the board. He missed b5. I mean, I think c5. Yeah, I mean c5. I said this move 20 minutes ago. Ding obviously trying not to take huge risks here is my guess, but still he's trying to make sure that all the everything is safe, everything is good. But I mean, I don't know. I'd be worried here. I think Jan is going to play bishop b5, by the way, or knight f4. Knight f4 though feels a little bit danked me, unless you feels danked me unless you have some idea of this concept already in your mind. It doesn't feel like a natural concept with black threatening to take on d4 necessarily. Bishop b5, of course, is probably a more traditional move. Is being a chess player lonely? Absolutely, can be very lonely, because you travel from tournament to tournament, either on your own or with a trusted second or a friend. And that's pretty much it. So you travel all over the place pretty much year round. It's very stressful. If you have a couple of bad results, you can find yourself not playing it. It's very similar to tennis, actually, except the difference is the money at the top is better in tennis. But in chess, you basically do what we saw in this great TV show. I mean, great maybe is a little bit exaggerating, but there was this show called I think it's called Match Point, right? on Netflix. And chess is very similar in that it's the exact same format. You're traveling all over the place, generally on your own or with one or two people. You have a very small group of people that you're with, and it's just you go tournament to tournament trying to have a good result. Most of the time you're probably not going to win, because there's this goblin from Norway by the name of Magnus Marlson who tends to win a lot of tournaments, so you're probably not going to win most week. It's no different honestly than playing tennis, where there are these goblins, you know. There's Fodger Retterer, and people like that. So you know, people like that, or Dovak, Nokovic, or whatever his name is. So yeah, there are all these people in tennis too. So it's kind of the same thing. Nathaniel Radal, yeah, yeah, Dovak Nokovic, yeah, or whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, so the point is, generally that's like the same thing in chess that you get in tennis. So championship coverage turning into trolling scene, yeah. So yeah, so if you have watched match point, it's very similar, very similar to tennis and chess are very similar, singular sports and activities. And so it's tough. You just travel year round. You don't really have that same kind of social interaction. I mean, that's also why a lot of times in the chess world, chess players tend to be on pretty good terms, because they become almost like your family. Like all the top 10 players, mostly, like we see each other so often that we almost end up becoming like, it's almost like, I mean, not family, but we're all on very good terms for that exact reason. So Seat Pampers, yeah, Gibran Lames, exactly. So there is some luck, but the luck at the top level is not sort of what you say traditional luck. A lot of the luck is kind of like certain moments, certain moves. It's a guy having a good day versus a bad day, things of that nature. So yeah. Although in chess, unlike tennis, like if you're playing out of your mind, you will generally have a good result. You can be playing out of your mind and you're still probably going to lose to Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, or Rafael Nadal. So that's the thing. Have I talked about Daniel grabbing top spots on Blitz and Bullet? No, and I don't care. I mean, Magnus has been pretty inactive, and I mean, I'm not concerned at all about that either. Like, who cares? I mean, when either of us play Daniel, we beat him pretty soundly in our matches. So I don't know what you want. I know you're trying to bait me or whatever, but who cares? Who cares? Yeah, I mean, who cares? Literally. Daniel was farming some 2900 guy, some guy, account that I hadn't seen recently. He's farming this guy Stimulus or something like that last night. I very briefly checked in, but not for a long time. Ding is back at the board. No, Ding isn't. So yeah, waiting for a move here. He plays Bishop B5. Okay, so Bishop B5 played. Well, this is a move that I kind of expected, actually. I expected Nepo to play Bishop B5, because now if you go Bishop D7, we can trade the pawns and go like Knight D4, and now you end up with this isolated pawn. Completely fine objectively for black, but you're gonna suffer a little bit here. Is Danny considered a super GM? No. In Blitz and Bullet online, he definitely would be considered like a super GM, but in over the board, no, he's not. Okay, waiting for a move from Ding, probably Rook D8 or Bishop D7, one of the two. So we'll see what he does. Waiting for more moves. What about Knight F4? Knight F4 was a good move, but as I said, it wasn't really that human, because it's a move that you can play, but if you aren't familiar with the idea and the fact that there's stuff kind of hanging in the center, intuitively it doesn't feel right. Bishop B5 is definitely the move that that I would play if I don't know Knight F4 is good. MVL is a super GM. Yes, he is. He's a very strong grandmaster from the great country of France, where yeah, he's from France. So anyway, let's keep going. Big shout out to nearly 3,500 of you guys who are watching on this fine Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. Hope you guys are doing really well. Waiting for a move from Ding Liren. We are covering the World Championship game number 3 here. Probably the most important game. I mean, I think if you're a fan of the game, it's very similar to when you watch tennis or baseball or any sport, where you want Ding to draw or win this game today, just so the match stays close. Because if Ding loses this game, viewership everywhere is going to go whoop right off the cliff. Because if Ding loses today, I think the match is basically over. So we will see. So I mean, I have to say that like I'm rooting for Ding today in the broad sense of things, because you want this match to be close. That being said, I don't feel fabulous for Ding at the moment, mainly due to the time situation. This time situation with 57 minutes is scary. Halftime is after the 7th game. This match is 14 games. Can he resign the match like the whole thing? No, you cannot resign the whole match. Not possible. So all right, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna go heat up some rice. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so before I get hangry, I'm gonna go heat up some rice, and I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Do we get any moves? No moves, right? We didn't get any moves at the moment. Doesn't look like it. Okay. How much viewership will you versus Magnet World's Championship match attract? Who knows? Who knows, you guys? I guess you know, we'll find out at some point, or not find out. Who knows? Okay, waiting for a move here from Ding Liren. Let's see what he's gonna play. Plays Rook D8 pretty quickly. Now this is good, of course, that he did play Rook D8. Probably we're gonna get takes and Queen D2 is my guess. Something like this. Leaked, ha ha ha, very funny. All right, let me get my rice. What happened, you guys? Okay, they stopped showing the board. Okay, we're back. What did I miss? Did I miss something big? Okay, we're back, you guys. We're covering the World Chess Championship. We got Bishop B5, Rook D8 played here. Sorry, I just had to go get some rice because I'm kind of a little bit hungry. So it is what it is. Do we get any rice too? Sorry, you could get the same rice I get. You could eat like a champion if you go to Costco and get the Japanese style yakitori fried rice. So you could. No, it's just Japanese style yakitori fried rice. Yeah. So no, it's Japanese style yakitori fried rice. It's not an ad, but yeah, I usually just get this. Yeah, like this is what I usually get. Make sure this doesn't show. Okay, yeah, like this is what I usually get. This is what I get. The Costco style yakitori chicken style fried rice. Yeah, this is a normal breakfast for you? It's something, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, hashtag not an ad. Let's get back to chess while we're at it. And let's see. So we have Rook D8 played quickly by Ding. No more moves. So I'm gonna be eating for a little bit. Sorry, you guys, if I'm eating. Costco doesn't sponsor anything, in case you guys are wondering. I mean, they literally don't sponsor anything, and why should they? There's no point. No point at all. Yeah, the Rice Chess Championship, exactly, you guys, exactly. So anyway, yeah, it's all good. Give me 1 second. Just mixing up my rice. Okay, so in the meantime, we don't have any moves yet. Jan thinking he's got an hour 21. What sauce? I just used some Kikkoman, some soy sauce. I just put a little bit of sauce. It's a little bit dry. I mean, I try to go light on soy sauce, of course, but still gotta add a little bit. I'm glad that I live in Japan. I can get the real Japanese rice. I know the rice in the US is not the same as in Japan, but it's all good. Yeah, in Japan you can have in Japan they also have what's called they have a special rice that you put the egg in, called egg rice, which I really like. This is one of those things that's pretty amazing. Anyway, where were we? So waiting for a move here. Let's see. Nepo is not moved. You can take. You can play Queen D2. Another very critical moment, by the way. Here, let's see. Are they back? Nope, they're not back. They're not showing the board, which probably means that both players are away from the board at the moment. That's my best guess. So we'll put it back up. Ramadan brother. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, so that hurts if you're yeah, if you're Muslim, you can't eat right now, right? MN122. Yeah, Ochizuke. Yeah, Ochizuke is another thing. When I was growing up, I had a lot of that too. Actually, Jan is at the board. Yeah, Jan is at the board, but they're not showing the board right now, are they? No, they're not. Okay, so let's see. So it's Nepo's move here. Nepo, let's see, Nepo could take. The reason that taking is hard to play here is because you have to calculate this d4 line, whether this is good or bad. It's very hard to judge whether this resulting position is good or not. But again, this could get pretty draw. Actually, Bishop E6 loses, I guess. Rook D1. Because of the pin after Rook D8, you have knight E2, which wins material here. But again, very hard to see this going that way. I mean, I think this is very likely. I very likely that we won't get takes just for that exact reason. I think Nepo's going to play queen d2 maybe. I think queen d2 is the move that I expect here. Queen d2 or dc5 can be played. If dc5 is played, I think I'm going to make a prediction this is going to be a pretty quick draw. So either he's going to go dc5 or queen d2. One of those two moves I expect to be played. If you haven't had Japanese to go to, I would say that like here in America at least everybody eats sushi, so probably like California rolls. That's what I would say. Like the more traditional stuff, you're not going to find it as much in the US unless you go to a Japanese market specifically. Rook in d1 also a move. But then there's knight c7, and why did you move the rook? Because now you just like you put the rook on e1 to play f3 and e4. So moving the rook to d1, you basically move the rook off the open file. So yeah, Bonhage, another Japanese thing that's amazing. I haven't had that in years because like I used to always get that from the Japanese supermarket in White Plains, New York, but they don't have it where I'm at now. Knight f4 is also maybe a move, but again, queen d6 is hard. I mean, what are you doing? Because you don't really want to trade. You don't really want to trade either, because then black develops very quickly. Like if this happens, you don't get to play e4. It's amazing computer still thinks white is better after rook d1 actually, but I don't know. Oh, he does take. He takes. Okay, so I'm gonna make a prediction, you guys. I think we're gonna get a quick draw here. I mean, queen d2 d4 will be played. Like 90% certainty this will be played. I mean, I think this is gonna peter out pretty soon. So anyway, waiting for moves here. Queen d3. I mean, same thing. D4. Like if Ding plays d4, yeah, actually you saw it. You see Nepo's face. He made a slight facer that tells you that he already sees d4. It's like, it's probably going to be a draw. I played Nepo enough times that I can see the reactions. Yeah, Nepo's face is like, probably going to be a draw. Yeah, see, he's like, oh well. Yeah, Nepo's not super happy. He also thinks it's going to be a draw. No commentators scheduled, you guys, because the match starts so early. Obviously it's possible, but as of right now, no. No, it's not that he thinks he missed a win. It's just that he wishes he got more play, more chances. So yeah, why don't they just stay at the table? Because they're nerves. You want to get up, you want to drink, you want to stretch your legs, all sorts of different things. I mean, I would be shocked if Ding doesn't play d4, just because what d4 does is it creates a situation here where the pawn structure is completely symmetrical, so black can go bishop e6, rook d8, and it's very straightforward and easy to play. So I think that Ding is going to play d4 just because it forces a symmetry. It gets rid of the one weakness in the position. Right now the only weakness is the pawn on d5. It's an isolated pawn, it's targeted, so I expect d4. Like if he uses more than like 3 minutes playing d4, that's going to be another very bad sign. Yeah, symmetry usually means it's draw. So what I'm saying is that basically in this position, you look at the pawns. The pawns are all in the same files. All the pawns are on the same files. You see, the files are what we call this. This is called the E file. You know, or for example, you have like the G spot. Sorry, you have the G file here. Sorry, you have the G file here, and excuse me, sorry, let's excuse me, let's focus. Sorry, you've got the open files here, and so all the pawns are on the same files basically. Whereas if we if we go back to if we go back to this position, basically you have pawns not all in the same files. So yeah, you have pawns pawns are not all mirroring. Anyway, all right, okay. There you can also maybe play bishop d7 here. There's some moves. Anyway. All right. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, d4 will be played just because it makes the pawn structure symmetrical. Again, though, Ding is thinking so long here. Why is Ding thinking so long? I mean, he should just play d4 and get the stress over with. Yeah, why is he thinking so long? This is actually a bit too much. He's already used like 7 or 8 minutes, I think. I don't know. I mean, basically the reason I say it is time's not an issue yet, but if this doesn't simplify soon, we're gonna get a situation. Let me make some random moves where you get some position like this, for example. Okay, you get some position like this where you know you're okay, you're a little bit worse, but you're okay. But now you don't have obvious moves. Like white can play g4, h4, g5. Rook e1, stack the 2 towers on the e file, and just in general, at some point you're gonna have to use time, and that's where you might make a move quickly because you're worried about getting too low on time, make a slip and lose the game. So nice you're streaming on Kick now. Yeah, we primarily stream on Kick. Time ain't an issue. Yeah. So big black center, G spot. Am I watching chess? Yes, you guys, exactly. So I don't know where they deviated for prep. I think Ding was mostly aware of this. I think for Nepo, somewhere around here, he might have confused a system or a move order, and he ended up in something that he didn't really want to end up in. But yeah, at any rate, I expect d4 here. Bishop d7 is playable, but I think there's still a very good chance for Nepo to win if bishop d7 is played. If he just, I mean, he should just play. I'll be honest, you guys. This is the difference between me of now and the me of like 5 years ago. The me of now, I would take 2 minutes and play d4 immediately. I'd take 2 minutes, I just get it over with and play d4. The me of old would probably be a lot like Ding here, where I would use quite a bit of time trying to make sure there are no tricks or trying to calculate this whole position and worrying about this endgame and thinking, okay, but maybe I'm worse because the pawns are on a5 and b7. But the me of now would just be like, fudge it. Just do it, get it over with, and stop wasting time. So there are differences. Yeah, he's using time. Yeah, see, I don't know if I like bishop d7. It's a move, but I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like bishop d7 here, because now there's knight d4, and you're gonna end up in some position here where, I mean, you're okay, but there is a little bit of pressure here for white after rook e5, because you're gonna stack the 2 towers. You have g4, h4, g5. Pawn is weak, classic right triangle, of course. I don't like it. I don't like this, you guys. It's one-way traffic as well. Like I think Nepo is in no danger of losing here in this position. Sorry, why is it why the button's not working? Whoa, thanks so much to GMHikaru's son for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thanks so much to Hikaru's son for the 10 gifted subs. I should get my phone and call his mom, ask her what's going on. Anyway, thank you for the 10 gifteds. I use your credit card. Sorry, Dad. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anyway, Seth says knight d4 is the only move. Knight d4 is not a difficult move to play here, by the way. In fact, I would just play knight d4 immediately as well, because it's just very obvious that after takes here, takes rook e5, white can never be in danger. You have a bastion with the rook on e5. You can play rook e1 here, and the pawn on d5 is weak. f3 covers knight e4, knight g4. I mean, to me, I would just play knight d4 right away. Not even a second thought. Yeah, knight d4 is a very obvious move here. I don't even like takes knight d4 rook e8. Suddenly black's rooks are well placed. You have a slight weakness on e3 potentially. If you go knight d4 takes, now you can actually create a bastion in the center of the board and play against the weak pawn. So I would be very surprised if knight d4 is not played here. Very surprised. Knight d4 is an obvious move. New to chess, where did they go? All right, so two things. First of all, the players have rooms in the back, separate areas where they can rest, relax. They have like snacks, drinks, everything else. They have a monitor so they can that they can see the live position in the playing hall. They do not share it, by the way. They don't share the rooms. They go back there when it's not their move simply because they want to rest or relax. They don't like the cameras being on them, you know, all the usual stuff. So that's why. If I had one of these rooms, what kind of snacks are you requesting? I don't know if I'd be requesting anything. Maybe I'd be do the drinks include beer? I'd probably be requesting something like I don't know, something like just some like maybe some salmon and cream cheese. Like I don't know what they call those things, but you know, like salmon and cream cheese. Someone in chat can tell me what they are, but something like that. Yeah. Okay, let's turn off the propaganda. Let's keep going. Crab rangoon is good. I haven't had crab rangoon in a long time. So okay, it's called lox. I thought lox was I thought salmon lox wasn't. I'm talking like the mini thingies. I used to get those at like a whole paycheck. They have it's like salmon in a circle and there's little cream cheese in the middle, because I thought lox was generally like on a bagel with it was on a bagel with doesn't always have cream cheese, I didn't think. Yeah, I thought lox didn't have cream cheese, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, all right, back to the game. We're waiting for a move. I assume Nepo's gonna play knight d4. Yeah, capers are really good when you, yeah, like one place where I used to get like salmon lox was actually at Einstein. It's Einstein Bros, right? Einstein Bros, which is really good. Something light though, something like fish that's lighter, something like that. Booze is not allowed, I don't think, but I don't know. It's possible that booze is allowed. It's just that booze doesn't improve your performance. So I mean, no one's gonna want to do booze because it's gonna make you play worse. That's the thing. Like if booze was gonna help you perform, maybe cigarettes. Yeah, you could have cigarettes. Everybody has cigarettes. Or sorry, not everybody's cigarettes, but you could if you wanted to. But yeah, anyway, so where were we? All right, so back to the game. Knight d4 has got to be the move here. Yeah, what car do I drive? I drive a classic Honda Civic EXL 2017. Nothing fancy. I actually bought it on New Year's. I bought it New Year's Day in 2020. I bought it used for like 17 or 18k. I think Blue Book value was like 25k. So I got like a huge discount. It was a huge discount, but I bought it on New Year's Day in 2020. I thought like I'm gonna be driving my car all over the place, and then we know what happened later in 2020. Okay, so he's gonna take and go knight d4. Although maybe black can take with a knight. Interesting. And go knight e5 or knight b6 and jump with this knight to c4. Yeah, interesting. Rook d7 will be played, I assume, pretty quickly. Let me turn the cams back on, see if they're back to the board. No, still more stuff. I mean, maybe white's still better after knight d4 here, but we'll see. No Teslas. Nah, no Teslas. What am I eating? I'm eating some yakitori style Japanese fried rice from Costco. That's what I'm eating, you guys. Okay, knight d7 played. This is getting interesting now. This is actually getting interesting. Computer is starting to like black's position a little bit more after knight b6 and knight c4. Okay, it's getting interesting. This game's starting to heat up, you guys. So this is actually going to be interesting. We're gonna have an interesting game here. We're not gonna get a quick draw. So we're not gonna get a quick draw. Black's getting a knight to b6 and c4, and I'm gonna turn on the cams because now I need to get some idea of what come on, what Nepo's face looks like, because Nepo is very visually expressive, a lot like I am, and so I want to see what his reaction is, because reaction is not going to be good, or not that his reaction is not going to be good, but it'll be very telling to see what his reaction is. I think Nepo was already on autopilot expecting rook takes d7, so it's going to be interesting to see his reaction when he sees knight takes d7. It'll be interesting. Was I ever asked by Japan to play on the Olympiad team? No, because I grew up in America, you guys. I grew up here. My mom and my father divorced when I was, I think, 2 years old, 1989. Maybe I was less than 2. I was like 1.5. So my mom came back to America in 1990, and I grew up in America. So no. If they get hungry, do they get dinner? Yeah, there's food in the back room. Yeah. So big shout out to Crispy. How's it going, Crispy? Hope you're doing well. And Flow Rider. The camera's blocked out. No, it's because they're not showing the cams right now. I'll show the cams. Come on, I'll show the cams in a second. Are they back yet? No, more ads, more ads here. So they're more ads. So all right, in the meantime, while we're at it, am I a US citizen? Yes, you guys. My mom is American citizen. My grandmother, who recently passed away, was a member of DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution. So of course I have roots in America going back to the Revolutionary War. Anyway, back to the game of chess. Let's see what Nepo is going to play here. Knight d4, rook c1 are probably the moves that I expect. Jan should resign as my 0.1. It's gonna get exciting. This is gonna get exciting. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that we're gonna get something that is that looks very much like it's going to be a game, not a quick draw at all. That's very important when we look at this position, and we'll see what happens. Big shout out to everybody who's watching on this fine Wednesday morning. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My grandma was old. My grandmother was a member of it because I had relatives who fought in the Revolutionary War. My grandmother was not part of the Revolutionary War, obviously, but anyway, yes, very funny, dude, very funny. Looks like you lost weight, sport. I've just been exercising a bit more lately, so yeah. Can they order a pizza or cold snacks all day? Probably there's just food there. Probably it's just food that's there. I mean, I don't know, maybe you could tell the arbiter, it's like, I want a pizza, can you go like order pizza from the local joint? Maybe they could, you never know, it's possible. Anyway, knight d4, I'm pretty sure knight d4 or rook c1, one of the two moves will be played. I don't know which one will be played, but one of the two. Will I ever go back to being a pro? Not really. No, I'm a professional streamer, you guys. Parli italiano in un'altra vita. In un'altra vita. So let's see what Nepo will play here. Knight d4 or rook c1 are really the only two moves. Rook c1 makes sense because now knight b6 you have knight a4, which is a fossil. It's a fork and a fossil at the same time with knight a4. So this, I mean, I next couple of moves are going to be interesting. Do I have a house in Japan? Of course not. I grew up in America, you guys. So tu parles français? No, je ne parle pas. So rook c1, knight d5 probably is back, so I assume black is knight b6, and you can't guard the pony because of the pin, and if you can't guard the pony, you're going to lose either the queen or the knight on this file. If you take with the queen, there's check, and there's probably some kind of nasty fossil with knight c5 and knight d3 here. Like, this looks really ugly. The knight is jumping, there's knight f2, and really bad stuff. So let's see what Nepo does. They're back, of course. Let's show the board, obviously. Let's see, what do we see here? Okay, both players are at the board now. They're both sitting there. I think Nepo is starting to realize that he's done something wrong. I mean, the real question is, when will we get the realization that Nepo's made a mistake? That's the question. Yeah, I mean, if Nepo gets tilted and he somehow loses this game, for example, the whole complexion of the match will change. It will go completely in the other direction. Okay. Yeah, Nepo does not look super happy, actually. Nepo, I'll tell you what Nepo has. On his face, Nepo has this look of like, what's going on exactly? Nepo's got this look of, I gotta be serious now. You can see it on his face, like he is very serious some way. Like he realizes he did something wrong. No, I think Nepo was just on autopilot here, and he just thought takes rook d7 knight d4, and it's one-way traffic again with takes and like rook e5, and he probably just forgot that knight takes d7 was playable. That's my guess. Either he forgot or he didn't realize there were these ideas with knight b6 knight e5 and knight c4, and it gets kind of scary. I mean, Nepo is still completely fine. He still should not lose this game, but it's at the point where it's a little bit scary. So let's see. I assume we'll get knight d4 here. Rook c1 is a move. Knight a4, maybe. Someone said that was a top computer move. I don't know if knight a4 makes sense. Should the USA help Taiwan if invaded? That is not a question that I that's not a question for me. That's a question for a political stream. But obviously as someone who knows many people from Taiwan on the West Coast, I think you know what my opinions are. So anyway, eval minus 0.06. Yeah. Okay, go ask Hassan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's the, I guess knight d4 is the move. That's the knight d4 is really the only moves I would expect, but here Nepo still has a big time advantage, so he probably should use another 5-6 minutes to play knight d4. This gives me game 6 vibes, but ding, it's not Magnus. It's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, I would say that when I look at this position, knight d4 knight b6, I mean maybe queen f2 knight c4 and then rook d1, something like this ish. But it does feel a little bit, maybe rook c1 even, but you have to be very careful with this, because like you have to worry about knight takes e3, something like this, for example. I mean, I guess this is just a zeros draw, but you have to be careful here. You do have to be careful. So just looking at the board here, I'm trying to look at Nepo's face just to get some idea. Yeah, Nepo is quite serious here. Nepo looks quite serious. Yeah. What about the carpet? You guys don't like the carpet? Get more ads. Let's turn it off for a second. Yeah, so anyway, can I turn the music down? I think the music is pretty good. I can check with my mods, but I think it's all good. So I assume knight d4 rook c1. One of these two moves will be played. We're kind of just chilling here. We're big chilling. But I expect knight d4. I expect knight d4 to be played. Yeah, sounds good to you guys. Okay, cool, excellent. Yeah, if knight d4 isn't played, I would be surprised. Knight d5 loses to knight to b6 because now there's this big pin on the file, and you can't guard the knight with e4, so then you hang the queen. So after knight b6, you just resign on the spot. That's why you can't take. So all right, Nepo thinking here, trying to come up with a move. Yeah, bishop takes was a mistake. Basically need to go knight d4, because now the knight, it has no jumps to e4 g4. The pawn dominates the knight. After takes white gets a knight to d4, and it costs you extra time trying to bring the knight to like e5 and b6, and white has rook c1, and white is actually just better here, just better straight up. So this was a fairly serious mistake by Nepo trading the bishops, because now the knight jumps. b4 takes queen a7. Actually, maybe this, I mean, already this feels more comfortable. Maybe it's not, but it feels more comfortable for than the other line. So maybe b4 should be played. Am I gonna play Resident Evil again? Maybe at some point. It's possible. You never know. Okay, they are back. Let me adjust the board. Or no, they're not back. Never mind. Still no cams. Okay. I think b4 is not that bad of an idea either. If black trades and not queen c4, black takes, you can always play rook b1, win the pawn on b7, and this should be a draw. I will be playing Arena Kings later on today, of course. I don't think this game is going to be going in 5 hours, so we'll be playing Arena Kings. How many languages I already spoke about? I speak American. That's the language I speak. We all speak American. So okay. Still, Nepo's still thinking here. Hopefully we got to move fairly soon. We've hit this period where we're in this like this lull. It's kind of a little bit slow here, but yeah, like rook c1, knight d4, knight a4, those are really the moves. b4, I don't see any other moves. America, yeah, America, tell me about it. Just tuned in 4 a.m. West Coast. What's happened so far? Game has been pretty slow. For I'll do like a light recap so you guys have some idea of what's happened. So okay, first things first, I actually, before the game started, I predicted that we get either d4 or knight f3 from Nepo. We did in fact get it. First big surprise, first small surprise, was Nepo played knight c3. Ding played d5 here instead of playing bishop b4 and going into the Nimzo Indian. Definitely a little bit of a surprise because almost everybody pretty universally plays the Nimzo Indian with the black pieces against knight c3. So this was sort of the first kind of somewhat serious surprise from Ding with d5. The rest of the opening was very straightforward. This has all been played before in the game between Anish Giri and Ding Liren from the Chessable Masters in 2022. Now it's not really clear who forgot what, or who couldn't remember their lines, or or if they even just surprised. But both players use a lot of time. And then we got to this position here, where in the game between Anish and Ding, Anish played the move queen f2. Nepo went knight e2 instead. Only a few moves since then. We got to this position where white is maybe a touch better after knight to d4, guarding the bishop here. Instead, Nepo traded, and now after knight d7 we get knight d4. If knight b6 is played, and knight b6 is played fast, by the way, knight b6 is played fast by Ding. Nepo is not happy, by the way. Did you just see Nepo's face? I know the cam wasn't perfect there, but Nepo had the look on his face. So yeah, so Ding is feeling a little bit, Ding is feeling the rhythm of life a little bit right now. You can tell he's playing fast too, so he's playing a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, Ding is feeling it. Ding is starting to move fast. Ding is back on track. Ding is back on track here. So we're gonna see. Am I gonna try to qualify for the next candidates tournament? Yes, I will. I mean, I'll try. Whether I make it or not, who knows. But why is Jan not happy? Because he's a little bit worse here. Position is not bad per se, but he's a touch worse. Maybe rook e2, knight c4, queen d3 holds. But again, this knife on c4 is really well placed. What course I take in college? I was taking political science, so I probably would have become like Hassan if I had stayed in college. Actually, didn't Hassan major in political science? He probably did. Yeah. No, I think he just, what happened is basically Nepo went on autopilot and forgot about this knight b6 or knight e5 knight c4 idea. He forgot knight d7 was playable, or he forgot that the knight could go to c4. One of those two things. It's still drawish, but it's preferable for black here. It's still drawish for sure. So it is what it is. So once again, so yeah, we keep moving along. Again, big shout out to the nearly 4,000 you guys are watching on this fine Wednesday morning. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch us cover this great game of chess here on Kick. Hopefully chess continues to do great on this platform. Really looking forward to the future. I love your matches against Magnus. They're pretty good. They're always good. So queen f2 is a move here. Again, knight c4 is a big issue because all these pawns are very loose. Like your pawns are all loose on e3, a3, b2, and this pawn on d5 is actually not a weakness anymore. So I'm kind of scared here a little bit. I don't think it's insane to think that Ding might win this game. I don't think it's insane at all, just thinking about the time situation and the fact that Nepo is not happy and Nepo can tilt. I'd be a little bit concerned here. Yeah, I'd be concerned here. My prediction at the moment is still it's likely a draw, but the next like 2 to 3 moves are really critical. Do I use Streamlabs or Stream to Kick? How do you Stream to Kick? I've always used OBS. I've never used OBS Streamlabs. That being said, all my alerts and everything else were with Streamlabs. And I do know Streamlabs is working on integration so you can have those alerts and everything else showing on Kick. They haven't done it yet, but they're working on it. So again, like everything else, it's one of those features that isn't here yet, but it will be here in the near future. Watching on mobile, so many bugs in here. Truly a beta. Yeah, it's beta right now. I mean, Kick has only been around for a few months, but again, it's only going to get better. And I think for 5 months in, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So of course it's going to have to improve over time, but for 5 months of being in beta, I think it's all good. Is it being recorded? Is what being recorded? My stream? Of course I record the stream, because then a lot of our content appears on one of our 3 YouTube channels. So yeah. Yeah, so Nepo's back at the board now. It's pretty good on iOS. I don't know about Android though. Okay. B3 hangs upon an A3. So that's why you can't play B3 to stop knight C4. But it's all in all, it's quite scary here. Quite scary. Quite scary here. Do I believe in leaving the board in this match? I think so. What does Nepo watch on the television? There is a monitor showing the position of the board in the live playing hall. Rook E2, Rook F2, or Queen D3 are really the 3 moves that stand out to me. I don't know which one I'd play, but one of these 3 moves. Queen F2 is also a move, but I don't know what my move is after knight C4, because there's knight E3, there's knight A3. I mean, this is where you have to really buckle down, stay focused, and this is where we need to watch Nepo's face and see what he looks like. Looking at Nepo's face, Nepo is not happy, by the way. I can see it in the look on his face. He's not happy. Yeah, he's not happy. He has this, he's somewhat serious. He's like, he's very serious look, and he's not 100% sure what's gone on or what's happened. He's not like upset, but he's definitely, he realizes that the situation is far more critical than he thought it was. Thank you for doing this, Hikaru, and not worrying about Daniel's bullet rating. Wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that. Nepo always looks so bored. Sometimes he does, sometimes. I mean, you could theoretically trade and play Queen D4 too. I mean, maybe this is okay. Not Knight C4, sorry, King F7. Maybe something like this is okay with like Rook E2 and Rook E1, or maybe F4, F5. I mean, I never really thought about trading because you have the blockade, but Sessa says 0. Yeah, but by the way, you guys, computers always say zeros no matter what. Computers say zeros no matter what the position is, because they're 3900 and they can play perfect chess. I can't play perfect chess, so the bar is sometimes helpful, sometimes it's not relevant at all. So I don't know why are there no spectators that always like this a world championship. Not always, but again, it's very, very slow, and it's what it is. Danny's number 1 at Blitz and Bullet. Okay, you guys, who cares? Who cares? I mean, when Magnus comes back and plays a bunch of games, he'll gain 50 points at Blitz and be like 3250. Likely if I focus, I'll be 3252. Who cares? It's temporary. Also, fun fact, you guys, but the ratings also objectively don't mean a whole lot relative to the match performance. Last time I played Danny, I beat him like 7-3. Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, literally, who cares? There's only one thing that actually, I will say this, so there is one thing that I do care about, and the only thing that I do care about as far as the ratings go is the records. The records I do care about. So for example, like if you told me that if you told me like that like Magnus broke my bullet record, I would care about that. I would care about that. I mean, last time that we played bullet and we had even ratings, I beat Daniel pretty terribly in bullet, actually. Not even blitz, it was bullet last time. It was like 8-2. So yeah, I don't know what you guys want me to say. I mean, maybe it's just trying to like stir up some interest or something, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, by record I mean like my highest blitz rating is 3332, and my highest bullet rating is like 3570. I don't think the bullet record will ever be broken again, because just like in the stock market, the bullet ratings got inflated. Like Daniel's peak bullet rating is 3550, just like mine is 3570, because chess.com introduced inflation. They basically introduced free rating points, 100 points for everybody into the system. And that's not going to happen again. So the ratings have now like normalized, and that record's never going to be broken. Blitz could be broken, but bullet won't be broken. Okay. Let's see what Nepo does here. Yeah, Rook E2, Rook F2, or Queen D3. One of those 3 moves are what I would play here. Like printing money, printing more chessboards, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. When are you guys playing classical? Do you use Kotov's stream method? That's Kotov. That's way too advanced, way too dank for a professional streamer like myself. So I would never use that. Anyway, Queen F2 is a move as well, but I don't see the follow-up after Knight C4. That's why I don't expect it. So let's see what the move is going to be from Nepo here. Yeah, rook c1, it might be the best move for us humans. Walking right into the fork is it's very unnatural. Very unnatural. Unnatural. I couldn't manage to wake up at 5 today, lol. Yeah, it's tough, you guys. I mean, I set my alarm. Like I didn't sleep much last night, but by the way, Nepo's face is not this is the face of like, what did I do wrong? He's like what did I do wrong in the last couple of moves? That's the face Nepo has. 100%. He's like what did I do wrong? Was it bishop takes d7? What did I do wrong? It's like the browser and you're like, what did I do wrong there? That's the Nepo look is 100% what I just said. He's like what did I do wrong? Time getting equal, indeed it is. Yeah, he's not tilted, but he's a little bit confused as to what happened. I never played against Boris Spassky. The world champion that I played against was Anatoly Karpov. I played Anatoly Karpov in a classical ranked game of chess in San Sebastian in 2009. I never played Spassky though, or Fischer obviously. But there is one fun fact. Actually, I will tell you guys one fun fact. Let me take 5 seconds away from this, but I saw this really cool thing on Wikipedia the other day. So let me change the scene. Right scene. Yeah, so I saw this really cool article on Wikipedia the other day. Let me stop the music for 1 second. We'll get right back to the game in 30 seconds. But there's this thing called the Paul Morphy number, and this is basically, it's like the Kevin Bacon number of what number you are relative to Paul Morphy. So there's like this tree of people who played Paul Morphy. And then there's like Morphy number 2, Morphy number 3, 4, 5, so on. And it's pretty cool that actually you see all these guys who are Morphy number 5. I'm actually a Morphy number 4. I have a 4 number. I'm not listed here because for whatever reason they didn't list me. But my Paul Morphy number is actually number 4. I think almost everybody who's number 3 is dead now. I don't know, maybe there's like 1 or 2. Maybe this guy's alive. Is Wade still alive? No, he's not alive. I don't know if there's anybody who's still alive here, but yeah, actually the cooler fact about being number 4 is that I played multiple people who were number 3. So I played multiple people on this list, and the fun fact is my brother is also Morphy number 4 as well, because my brother played a classical game in the US Open, I think in 1997 or something, or 96, maybe it was 95, even maybe it was 96 or 95. He played Arnold Denker in the US Open in Orlando, Florida. So my brother also is number 4, has a Morphy number of number 4, and I'm also number 4 because I played multiple people on this list. I beat where is this? I didn't play Jose Raul, he's before my time. I played Stuart Rubin. I drew him in Trinidad and Tobago in 1999, and I also beat I beat Arthur Biscayr here. I beat Arthur Biscayr I think 2 times. I think I beat Arthur Biscayr in 1997 in the in Westfield in not Westfield, sorry, Somerset, New Jersey. There was this tournament they used to have every weekend. So I actually have played multiple people who are number 3. So it's kind of cool that I'm a number 4, and like people like Magus are all number 5. Even Kranwick's number 5, but I'm number 4. I'm a Morphy number 4. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's just something that I saw. Bro, you didn't play Capablanca? Yeah. Yeah, I think I only played 2 people who were number 3. I didn't play any of these other dudes. But yeah, it was just one thing that I wanted to show you guys very quickly because it just popped in my mind. So it's kind of cool to be number 4. But anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's change the scene, of course. And we'll keep going. Let me put the music back on as well. And there we go. Okay, so where were we? So in this position, as we look at this position, I think that I think it's getting pretty spicy. It's getting spicy. We get rook d1. Okay, so we're gonna get knight c4, queen f2. Knight a3 probably doesn't work here for some reason. Maybe you have e4 and it gets really tricky. Yeah, it means I played a number 3. I played against Arthur Biscayr, and I played against Stuart Rubin. Both of those guys have a Morphy number of number 3. I think they might be I think Stuart Rubin is one of like only 2 people left who's alive who has a Morphy number 3. I'll let somebody else edit the page, but both my brother and I have Morphy number 4, which is really cool. It's really cool when I saw that the other day. Yeah. Okay, so probably queen f2 will be played. Yeah. Classical games, Hikaru beat Vishy Anand 8-2. Okay, who cares? Nobody cares. Vishy's a goat, one of the all-time goats. Yeah, rook d1 is not the end of the world, but probably you're gonna get knight c4, queen f2 will be played instantly by Nepo as soon as he's back at the board. Again, we're on move 23, but the tide has turned. It's easier to play for black with this great knife on c4. not quite a pure bastion, but almost a bastion. Can I explain what a Morphe number is? So basically, people who played Paul Morphe directly, they have a Morphe number of 1 because they played him directly. Then anybody who played them has a Morphe number of 2. Anybody who played the people there, Morphe number 3, 4, 5, and so forth. And it's just kind of cool that both my brother and I actually have a Morphe number 4. Morphe number 0 means you are Paul Morphe. That is true. Yes, that is what Morphe number 4 means. Yeah, the number is how many generations, but it's just kind of cool because there are not many people. There are not many people who are alive who have a Morphe number 3. Yeah, Levy was faster in the YouTube recap. Thank you guys. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't care. So Morphe's death is kind of sus. It's not sus, you guys. Paul Morphe was in New Orleans on a very hot summer day. He was out taking a stroll. He went back home, tried to take a cold shower, and the cold and the heat, he died. It happens, you guys. There's nothing suspicious about that. The world champion whose death was suspicious was Alexander Aliekin, who died in poverty, choking on a chicken bone. That was a little bit more sus. There are theories that maybe he was Alexander Aliekin was maybe killed by the KGB or something, but at any rate, that's the one that's suspicious. It's Aliekin, it's not Morphe. Yeah, Aliekin was a world champion, but basically he died choking on a chicken bone. I mean, it's not funny, but you know, anyway. Why would they kill him? Because Alexander Aliekin was a Russian and he emigrated to France. He was very vocal and outspoken that he didn't like what was going on in Russia after the revolution. So it is there are suspicions of that. So anyway, knight c4 played, probably king f2, chicken bone death, the popular KGB method. Knight a3 is possible, but after e4 it starts getting really wild. So after takes, now suddenly your knight is hanging at the end of this whole line. So it starts getting very spicy after e4 here, and you might have to go knight c4, but then if white gets knight d5, you create the connect 4 and it's automatic game over. White wins. So you have to be careful here after queen f2. Like, you can't just automatically gobble a3. Yeah, Nepo moved instantly because Nepo realized Nepo prepped it when he played rook d1. When he played rook d1, he knew what his next move was going to be after knight c4. So yeah, we'll see. Time is even. Both we're move 24. Very, very hard to judge what's going to happen here. This is where we're going to see if Dean can move quickly or not. This is where it really matters. My brother's not a professional chess player. No, he's not. But my brother is master level 2200. So yeah, pretty good. Anyway, okay, Ding using time here. Will Ding continue his fast pace and play like rook c8 right away, or maybe b5 is a move? Apparently, Chad said, but I don't know. Ruzan Skachev. Maybe I know the name, I'm not sure. Could my brother beat Levy? I did a video, you guys. My brother beat Levy in Blitz. Yes. I'll find it actually. I did. I'll put the link to the YouTube video, of course. 1 second. Pull it. Yeah. Yeah, here's the link. Here's the link, you guys. So there you go. There's a link to the video of my brother beating Levy, but my brother's not as good as Levy. So yeah, b5 is probably not a move that I would play here. No, basically I would say the streamers like Levy and I would say Dina are better than my brother. My brother is better than Botez's sisters, for example. So he's in between. He's better than Botez. He's worse. He's not as good as Levy or Dina. That's a general breakdown of where it stands. So anyway, all right. We're waiting for a move here from Ding. The suspicion rook c8 is a move. Knight a3 is a move. And go from there. Stockfish dropped to 0.14. Yeah, just watching that video, your brother looks a lot like you. Okay, dude. Yeah, good. He should stream too. My brother has an actual real job. He works at JP Morgan Chase, the bank. So yeah, he works at Chase. He has a real job. He doesn't have time to be a streamer. Yeah, there's that. Anyway, keep going, you guys. Keep going. Okay, waiting for a move from Ding. I expect rook c8. If Ding thinks for 10 minutes or more, I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, rook c8's the move. What's that? I don't know how you're the greatest bow test hater. That's not about being a hater, you guys. That's just the reality. And there's no one else in that rating range among streamers. Like, it's literally, I mean, I could say, I guess I forgot Eric Rosen. I could say Eric Rosen, for example, is better than my brother, but like there's already a big gap, because you have Levy, Dina, and Eric, and then you have the Botezes, and then you don't really have anyone else in that rating range. Everyone else below the Botezes is like significantly lower rated. Like I'm actually, oh no, there's Anna Cramling. I guess Anna, I forgot about Anna. Oops. Actually, I forgot about Anna. I forgot that there's Anna. Anna's actually Anna's kind of, my brother's probably better than Anna, but he's probably better than Anna, but I don't know what Anna's peak is, because Anna is definitely stronger than Alexandra and Andrea, but I don't, what is Anna's rating? Anna Cramling. I would say my brother's probably just a little bit better than Anna, but it probably very close. Probably. I don't know what the rating, I don't know what her peak is. Yeah, her peak is like 2175. His peak is right around 2200, I think. So it's pretty similar. Oh right, Pia, when Pia streams, of course, yeah, obviously. Yeah, so it's like it's kind of, yeah, right, pretty much about the same. Although my brother probably has a much higher blitz rating. So my brother's blitz rating is something ridiculous, like 2700. I know he wastes all day playing bullet when he's not at work. So anyway, back to the chess. Have I played Pia Cramling? No, you guys, I never played Pia Cramling ever. It's a shame, but I mean, I think it's because Pia Cramling probably, I mean, there was a window when I could have played her in the Swisses, and I just missed playing her in various events. So yeah, I mean, and then I was too strong. Like, there's probably a couple, like 2 or 3 years when I could have had the chance to play her in Gibraltar, but other than that, it never could have really happened. So yeah, my brother couldn't become a GM. Actually, you guys, my brother, his rating was pretty much where it is today when he was about 11 years old. My brother, basically, he got very good very fast, and then he just never improved again. Yeah, my brother was master level at about 11 years old, and then he just never improved ever. He peaked, and that was it. Anyway, Rook C8 played pretty quickly here. Okay, so now it's a big moment of truth for Nepo. Big moment. Knight A4 is apparently the best move. Will he play it or not? He stopped playing around 14 or 15 years old. I mean, he just stopped improving, basically. Big moment in the game here. Big moment. I'm gonna get some more water, you guys, so give me 1 second. But this is the critical moment of the game. I think if Nepo does not play knight a4 here, I think he's going to be in big trouble. I think if he uses a lot of time before playing knight a4, he's also going to be in big trouble. This is the critical moment of game number 3. Critical moment. The big critical moment. Critical moment. Mic drop, please. No, I just need to get more water because my throat was a little bit dry, so I just need to fill up my water my water glass. All right, so let's keep going. What do we have? We have Rook A8 waiting for more moves here. Big moment though. Big moment. My chair looks better than the FIDE chairs. My chair is comfy, you guys, and I only bought it for like $150 on Amazon. It was like Amazon Basics. Yeah. Did your brother discover girls? My brother is married and has a daughter, so I don't know what that has to do with anything, but so be it. So all right, waiting for a move. Waiting for a move here. Knight a4 is the only move. I think knight a4 is actually the only move. So if you don't play knight a4, like you go rook e1, I think black can just take, and after queen takes b7 here, you can just trade and go queen a3. Extra pawn. Black is probably winning here. Probably winning, actually. So this is it. Knight a4, and he plays it, and he doesn't even use that much time. That's an excellent move from Jan. Not the move itself, but the fact that Jan does not use much time to play it. He just makes that move very quickly. Excellent decision from Jan. Does not burn much clock, and he finds the best move. Very good decision. So yeah. Oh, I'm guessing the joke was he discovered girls at age 11 and that's why he didn't get better. Oh, good one. I'll tell you why my brother stopped improving. If you want to know why my brother stopped improving at chess, I'll tell you. The reason my brother stopped improving at chess is because he was very naturally gifted at chess, and he never had to struggle to improve. So basically, my brother never had any hardship on the path from getting to like beginner to about 2000. He just kept improving. There were no hiccups, no stops, nothing along the way. And so when my brother actually started struggling, he hit the proverbial wall in chess where the improvement didn't come quickly. He had never really had the adversity. He had never had to like overcome these blocks, and because of that, it was he couldn't figure it out. Whereas for me, for example, it's quite the opposite. I had basically, and I know everyone's gonna laugh at me for saying this, but I had no talent chess when I started. I was garbage, hot garbage. I was not good at chess when I started. In fact, nothing about chess came easily to me in any way. So because nothing came easily, I think my first rank was like 400, but because nothing came easily, like I had to work really hard from the start. Yeah, I know everyone's be like, oh yeah, like you're like, what are you talking about? You're just totally making things up. How is that even possible? Oh, Lafong Hua is the same story. He says he never used books. He got to FM on talent alone, and then he hit that wall. Yeah, I mean, I think what it is that if you don't have to work at all, it's like it's so easy. You just keep improving. Then when you hit the wall, but you're already at a fairly high level, it's very hard to figure out what's wrong. It's like, why isn't this happening? So but yeah, I mean, obviously my brother's not the only example. I mean, there are many examples where that happens, but like I feel like if you have that adversity early on, it definitely helps a lot. It helps a lot for when so that like when you keep hitting these walls, like you're already used to it, and so you don't get depressed. It's like, what the heck is going on? Why can't I improve? You don't have these issues. Yeah, you don't have these issues in the same way. Yeah, totally true. Anyway, back to the game. Knight a4, waiting for a move from Ding Liren here. Big moment again. Big moment. Queen e7, queen c7, queen a7. Of course, computer likes queen f8. Ridiculous. Total stupid computer move. I mean, if I'm playing the position here, I'm going queen e7 or queen a7. Queen d6 looks totally fine too, but I just, again, on intuition and feel, I just worry that like you're walking to some kind of fossil somewhere. It just feels kind of wrong. Also, because on knight f5 you can't go queen e5 because of check, winning the rook on c8 due to the classic fork. So queen e6 just instinctively feels wrong to me. So I assume we're gonna get queen e7 or queen a7. I don't know which one. One of the two moves I'm pretty sure will be played. Yeah. So queen a7, I mean, to me, queen a7 makes the most sense just because you can't move the pony. You're just spying everything on the diagonal. Can I explain what the term fossil is? So yeah, so fossil is when you know what a fossil is. So it's when like ExxonMobil, actually I should be careful what I say, but you know, it's when companies go and they drill baby into the ground, and they're drilling, and they find these fossil fuels and everything. And actually fossils you don't find much anymore, but it's like when you discover a dinosaur in the ground. When you discover a dinosaur in the ground, it's like you find the fossil of the dinosaur. And so it's like when you discover something randomly. So just to illustrate the point, it's like here, or not here, sorry, king f8. This is a fossil because I'm just basically discovering the queen on c5. It's just discovering it, and now I check the king at the same time. So it's a fossil. I'm discovering something in the ground. That's what it is. So anyway, don't ask me though. It's not my phrase. That's XQC's phrase. Ask Felix why he calls it a fossil. I mean, maybe I'll ask Felix why he calls it a fossil whenever I see him in LA. But anyway, yeah, fossilize means to freeze. So okay, we have knight a4 was played, so still waiting. I think queen e7 or queen c5, only two moves that make sense. Only two moves. Any other move, I don't really. Queen e6, I mean, queen c7 is also fine, but queen c7 just doesn't feel right because now you take away the pressure towards the pawn on e3. I haven't spoken to X recently. He was watching my stream yesterday. I mean, I know X is having a tough time, it sounds like, so yeah, it's what it is. What is my opinion on max rating? The maximum rating that I think humans could achieve is around 20, close to 2900, where Magnus was. If you mean just in general, I think a good, if you just start and you're just playing casual, I think a good rating would be like 1800, maybe 15, 16, 17, 1800 online. I mean, not over the board, online. Over the board 1800 is actually very hardcore, but like online, I think 15, 16, 1700 is completely, I mean, it's reasonable. Do I have mods? Yes, we do have mods, you guys. We have mods. I should play Pia IRL. Well, I'm not going to Sweden anytime soon, so it'd be kind of hard. I think we're gonna get queen a7. I think you know why queen f8 is a good move, because at knight f5 you can go g6 and the queen guards the pawn, which is ridiculously dank, but Ding is not winning. I think that right now, as I look at this position, it's a very critical it's a very, very critical moment. Oh, we get queen e7. So like I said, queen e7 or queen a7 make perfect sense. We're at a very critical junction at this moment in time. I think we're gonna get rook fe1 here, by the way, if I had to guess. We're at a critical junction. Either I would say that this is going to be a draw, it's going to peter out and we're gonna have a draw in the next like 30-45 minutes, or somebody's gonna make a blunder as they get lower on time because of the jitters and the nerves and everything, and this will be a very, very long game. Those are the two things. The rook fe1 played quickly by Nepo. I like it. You know, it's funny though about staying at the board. I remember many years ago when I was playing, my stepfather's coaching me. I remember he told me he's like when your opponent is like not low on time, when you have a good position or your opponent's like under a lot of pressure, you should always stay at the board to try to make them feel more nervous. I remember my stepfather saying this to me, and I think Ding is trying to use some version of that today. Also, Nepo's reaction, he's got to be careful because Nepo's reaction there was like, it's just a draw, but it's not actually a draw. Nepo is in trouble, so he cannot get too complacent here and think that I'm just going to draw no matter what I do. Who will be the world champion in 7 years? I don't know. Knight b5 is maybe a good move because you can put, basically what you can do is I'll just make it random like queen e8. You can somehow, D's knights are pretty solid here and you can still guard the pawn, but I mean it's kind of really dank. Okay, we get rook f1, queen f6, knight b5 again. Knight b5 might actually be a good move here. We could get a repetition. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? But strongest female grandmaster, of course, is Judith Polgar. Easily the strongest. Not even close, by the way. Not even close. Do I think Jan bluffs expressions? Not really. He does not bluff expressions at all. Nope, he doesn't. So knight b5, knight c, I mean knight c3 maybe is okay, but again you have to worry. Can black stack? Black can snatch the pawn on a3, and I guess it's good. Is this high quality? Quality is decent. We haven't seen any great opening novelties. I will say that when you look at the opening prep, some people are much better at that than others. For example, Fettuccine Carbonara, very strong player. When he was at his peak playing Magnus in the World Championship match, he had all sorts of great opening novelties. Doesn't feel like he has as many now as he did back then. So I would say Fettuccine Caruana is probably the one guy who, when you think about openings and prep and all this stuff, he's probably the one guy who always had great ideas. Anyway, Fettuccine Carbonara, that's a pasta dish. I'm making a joke. We're talking about Fabiano Caruana. I thought I was hearing things. Bruh, no way Fettuccine Carbonara is good at chess. Yeah. Anyway, good one. By the way, that is one of the easier dishes to make, since we're going to watch MasterChef later. That's one of those dishes that's pretty easy to make, even if you do it home cooked, like in Italy. Because basically you just use the egg. I mean, it's making the sauce. It's not that bad, actually. It's pretty easy. For me to open the stream and hear that I'm cracking up right now, my gosh, Nepo is on a roll. He's playing these moves really fast, by the way. Plays knight b5. Now knight c7 might be the only move where black even can claim an advantage. Yeah, Jan is playing really fast here. What he's trying to do, I'll tell you what he's trying to do. He's trying to play fast. He's trying to put pressure on him, on Ding. La carbonara dire buona. Well, I mean, as they say in Italian, there's a famous phrase, which is what's a si sente tutto, I think, or sente tutto, which is what I would say to that. Sente tutto. Anyway, in this position, waiting for a move. Knight c7 is the best move. There might be knight c5, but if black doesn't do something like, say you play h5 and white gets to go knight c3, suddenly white is actually quite a bit better here because the pawn on d5 is now very weak. White's rooks are in the center and you don't have threats towards b2 anymore. So this is actually quite tricky. Like knight c7 might be the only good move here. But you also don't really want to play knight c7 because after knight d4 you see the knight on d4 and you don't feel really all that happy. Because I mean, I guess you can make the draw, but if you're Ding here, it's also hard to judge. Are you better? Are you worse? What's going on? Hikaru and Twitch, no, we're streaming here on Kick, you guys. Kick is where it's at these days. Big shout out to the 4,200 of you guys who are watching on this fine Wednesday morning. So, all right, knight c7 might be the only move here. I'm looking to see if there are other moves. Knight c7, I mean, I don't know what else you're supposed to play here. Yeah. Kick seems to be faring well. I'm ecstatic, you guys. It's been great so far. I'm having a great time. I mean, there are issues obviously with the app and other things, but it's been great so far, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Is Kick public? You mean what do you mean by public? You mean it's a stock, or what do you mean? Or do you mean public as in it's like out? I mean, it's on Android and iOS. Kick is what Mixer wishes it was. Actually, kind of, yeah. I mean, the biggest issue that Mixer had is that the biggest issue that Mixer had is that you had to like go through all these steps. You had to create a Microsoft account. Like, who wants to do that? Like, it took too long to create accounts. And it's like, here, you literally do the exact same thing that you do on Twitch. Like, there's a familiarity that, like, with Microsoft you never had to deal with. I mean, if Microsoft had been like this, it might have been different to some degree. Maybe, probably not, because it was Microsoft, but still. So anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, by public you were saying you meant the UI or the code. My understanding is that they license it from Amazon. So anyway, all right, back to the game. Waiting for a move. Will we get Knight C7 or will we get something else? We'll see. Hard to judge. What move number is this? This is move number 27. So they have to make Nepo has to make 13 moves. Liren has to make 14 moves, and we keep on going. Yeah, I mean, Knight C7 is the move. This is a critical moment. Will Ding take a lot of time? Will he not? Will you only stream on Kick? No, I streamed yesterday on Twitch. I'll probably stream Tuesdays on Twitch, and most of my other streams are going to be on Kick. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The chat is so chill and so relaxed. It's really nice. Really nice. This is a big moment here. Will he play Knight C7 quickly? Will he use a lot of time, play something else? What's going to happen? Can I tweet out when I go live? We are tweeting. I think in the near future, Discord also is going to have an integration where when you go live on Kick, it will show up. Right now that doesn't happen, but hopefully that'll happen too. Big moment here. Big moment here. I mean, Knight C7 might be the only move. It might be the only move here. So, all right. I get an email from Kick when you go live, which works for me. Ah, okay, nice. I don't know what the Lander opening is. I don't know if you're memeing or what you're saying. But yeah. So let's see. 29 minutes and ticking. Let's see. 29 minutes. Ding is deep in the tank here. Deep in the tank. I ate some yakitori style chicken, Japanese fried rice with chicken from Costco earlier. So I did eat like about 30 minutes ago. I'm probably gonna get more coffee soon too, because I feel like I'm a little bit sleepy. Also, game's been going close to 3 hours now, so this is we're either gonna get an inaccuracy from Ding here, and Nepo is gonna be pressing, and the game's gonna go on for a long time, or we're gonna get Knight C7. If we get Knight C7, I think this might peter out to a draw pretty quickly. It's not so much that Knight C5 and Queen E7 aren't playable, it's that Knight C7 is extremely forcing. On the other hand, it feels a little bit dank because of Knight C3 with the idea of putting pressure on D5. Now mind you, Knight B2 Knight D5 is actually okay for black, even though you're getting forked, because after Queen G5 everything is kind of hanging for both sides here. Everything is hanging. It's of course a right triangle, obviously, and hard to judge, but let's see. Knight C7 is fine, but Ding is using time here. If Ding gets below 20 minutes here and doesn't play Knight C7, I think he's going to lose the game. Mark my words. Of course, he still has to think for 8 minutes and not play Knight C7, but I think if those two things happen where he uses like 8 more minutes and he does not play Knight C7, I think he's going to lose this game. Because there's no increment here, so with no increment, it's an issue. No ads in 95% of creators. How does Kick survive? I assume at some point they're going to be ads. I doubt they'll be anywhere near as aggressive, probably down the road, but Kick is also in beta right now. So again, for now, we enjoy it. We love it. We're having a great time. It's all good. Do I think Ding will flag? I doubt it, but we'll see. Like I said, 20 minutes is the critical thing. Kick is also owned by a multi-billionaire company. Well, the other thing also is, those of you guys who compare to Kick to Mixer, you have to realize Mixer was different because Mixer was part of Microsoft. Microsoft started Mixer, and Microsoft, obviously a publicly traded company. If they just shovel money down the drain, they're losing money. At some point, they have to answer to the investors, and if investors are getting mad about it, you know, you have these big hedge funds saying like, why do you keep throwing away hundreds of millions of dollars on on Mixer, like it's different. They have, there's as Top G would say, there's some accountability there, some accountability. Okay, 27 minutes. Let's see, 27 minutes and ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay, do they get additional time? Yes, they get. Ninja robbed the bank at Mixer. Okay, dude. Okay, chill. Anyway. Okay, I don't know why I thought that was really funny, but I did. Anyway. Anyway, back to the game. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but I already forgot. So yeah, big moment here. Big moment. Have I seen Dark? Yes, I have seen Dark. Dark was a show that I got really into during the height of the pandemic. I got into it during the height of the pandemic. Why didn't Magnus defend his title? He doesn't like the format, basically. So yeah. All right, 26 minutes and ticking. This is getting kind of scary now. We're getting in this danger zone, you guys. We're getting in this danger zone of scariness where 26 minutes. I was born in Japan to an American mother and a Japanese father. And I came to the US when I was 3 years old. So my mom got divorced, moved back when I was 3 years old, and I spent my first couple of years in the desert. He plays knight c7. Excellent move. What is this? Okay, we don't need to see more ads. I don't want to see ads. He plays knight c7, so good move. And I think after knight d4 he'll play knight e6. I think this is going to be a draw, by the way. I think we're going to get a quick draw. Have I ever talked to my real father? Of course I have. Not in recent years, but of course I have. But it's complicated because he has a second family in Japan. So oh yeah, the players get additional time at move number 40, but there's no extra time until then, and they don't gain any time on every move. So they start with this time, they run out of time. I think this is going to be a draw, by the way. I think we're gonna get a fairly quick draw. It was gonna be a bit of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. Chill, Daniel, chill. But I think we're gonna get a draw pretty soon. What's the most expensive thing I've eaten? Well, I wasn't paying for it, but I did eat some Kobe beef when I was in Qatar in Doha, and it was like $300 for like this small plate of Kobe beef. So that's probably the most expensive thing I've ever had, but I wasn't paying for it. Caviar is okay. I'm not a huge fan personally, but it's what it is. Magnus would have been up 3-0 against Ding by now. I truly believe this. If Magnus had these positions in game 1 and 2, I think you're probably right, he would have won the first two. This game I don't know so much about, but I think you're right that the first 2 games he would have won. I think that's pretty safe to say. Would I beat Nepo? Again, not a realistic question. I've never had the blowfish. No, I've never had the poison fish in Japan. Never had that. I would never take that risk, you guys. Why would I take that risk? Does it look like I want to die like Homer J. Simpson? I mean, eating fugu is just not my jam. Not my jam at all. So all right, waiting for a move from Nepo here. He's got 41 minutes. Anish and Daniel are despising knight c7. They're cringing. That must be a troll. I mean, we're on move number 28. I think this is probably going to be a draw after knight d4, knight e6. I think we're going to get a draw. Thank you so much to Cali Rep for subscribing. Thank you so much to Cali Rep. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. The Kobe beef was good. Was it $300 good? I don't think so. It was good though. It was good. But I mean, was it $300 good? No, definitely not. Dubov was completely right. He said the Ding will probably have problems with time control. Probably true. Do you get 100% of the price from subscriptions? No, but I get 95%. So it's a $5 subscription. I get $4.75. On Twitch is a 50-50 split, so you get $2.50. So you get $2.25 less on every single subscription. It adds up. It does add up. So it adds up. So all right, waiting for a move here from Nepo. Probably knight d4 will be played. I mean, I don't know what else will be played. If this game does end in a quick draw though, for you guys who are watching, unlike the other day, I probably will not end the stream and do a recap. I'll probably just keep going, because if it's a quick boring draw, I don't really see the point in doing a recap, frankly. So okay, let's see, are they back? Let's see, are they back at the board? No, they're still running some ad. Ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, 7K subs is roughly 40K a month. 475, yes, I think that's right. No, it's more. Yeah, no, it's a huge difference if you just think about subs. Like if I had the same number of subs on Kick that I have on Twitch, which is around 6,000, like it's a huge difference financially. Came for the chest, stayed for the music. Nice. Yeah. All right. Are they back yet? Let's see. Nope, still not back. No, they are back actually. Wait, they are back. Okay, let me they are back. 1 second. They are back. Okay, let's pull it up. Sorry that I have to always keep shifting you guys, but it is what it is, as the saying goes. As the saying goes. All right, so here we are. Waiting for a move from Nepo. Nepo can trade the knights. He can go knight d4. I don't really see many other options, frankly, at this point in the game. I don't see any other options. Did I ever drink the coffee made from cats? I don't know what you're talking about. Knight c7 is also a move. Maybe takes and like I don't know, rook d4 or something with knight c3. But again, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I think we're gonna get a draw with knight d4. That's my guess. Yeah. Yes, you guys, but 4.75 times 6,000 subs is significantly more. So all right, anyway, well, I guess we just wait for a move here. Again, big shout out to everybody who's watching. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the wide world. We are of course covering the World Chess Championship, which is happening in Astana in Kazakhstan. This is move number 28 right here. Do you get anything for followers? Just subscribers. This is move 28. So both sides have to make 13 moves. Nepo is 36, Ding is 25. Again, we could get a threefold repetition here. Game could end in a draw potentially, but we'll see. What are my opinions on Australia? I've never been. Australia is one of the few places I've never been that I really do want to go to. I want to go to Australia. Will I come to Italy anytime soon? Not likely. No. I mean, my days of traveling for tournaments are pretty much over these days. I'm retired from chess. I just play it casually here and there. But mostly I stream, so I don't travel as much as I once did. So unlikely. I mean, unless there's a tournament in Italy, which there really aren't major tournaments there, just not happening. Don't come to Australia, but I want to go see the kangaroos. I want to go to there's like the Kangaroo Island or something, whatever they call it. Is it Kangaroo Island in Australia? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Kangaroo Island. I want to go see the kangaroos. I don't know. It sounds like kind of cool, but what do I know? Yeah. Yeah. So all right. Okay, this position. Why would Amazon license their own software to a competitor? Because probably Amazon wants to make money, you guys. Amazon is losing money in Twitch, so if they can make money for free, why would they not want to make money? I mean, think about it realistically. If you assume that Amazon, let's assume Twitch is losing money, okay? If Twitch is losing money and like Amazon is going to get, I don't know, let's just say like I'll just use a number. Let's just say they're getting like $5 million for the license. So who knows what it is, but let's assume they're getting $5 million just sheer profit. That could actually make it where like they offset their Twitch losses to some degree just off of that. So why wouldn't they? I mean, if they're losing 5 million every year, and I think they're losing more, but if they're losing 5 million every year and they can get 5 million to license it, why does Amazon care at all what they do? I mean, it just seems like a smart business decision to me. Because also then, like, imagine if Kick were to overtake Twitch, then Amazon can just like jack the prices too. They can be like, okay, well, we can just jack our prices if Kick is crushing it. Like, why do they care? They don't care. So all right, still waiting for a move here. We're again very critical moment. Let me turn off the cams because I don't think they're showing. Oh, they are showing the players again. Let me turn it back on. Adjust this. I expect that this is going to be drawn though. That's my best guess. I think this game's going to be a draw, just a guess. Waiting for a move here, but I do expect this to be drawn, not to be the repetitive story, but I don't even know what else you do. I mean, takes is the only takes in rook d4, but rook d4 loses to queen c6 and knight b2 again, I think. So if you don't have that, you can't offer a draw until move 40. No draw offers are allowed. So no draw offers allowed. I mean, I don't know what other moves you have here, really. Just hard to find moves. I mean, maybe you can go knight d4 and e4 or something, but I guess d4 takes and then just takes. It's just winning for black too. Yeah, this just, yeah, I mean, takes knight c3 is the line that you want to calculate with, but after queen g5 I think black is better due to the 2-on-1 on the queen side. Not that white can't still save the game, but it's hard to figure out. So Nepo's thinking here. Nepo doesn't look overly thrilled, but he also doesn't look super unhappy anymore. He's not as unhappy as he was a few moves ago, because he realizes that the tide has turned and he's not in trouble here. Nepo looks like he's hammered. No, he doesn't. But he looks like he's not worried. He's unhappy, but he's not like worried unhappy. He's just like, okay, it's probably going to be a draw, such as life. But I do expect this to be a draw. I do expect knight d4 knight e6, simply because also Ding has been very shaky. So I mean, if Ding was like, if the match was tied or something and Ding had been playing well, I could see Ding playing b5 and trying to play on. But the fact that Ding's not playing well, he's been very shaky. I think he's just going to want to make a draw and go for it with white. But of course there are people like Magnus Carlsen who would say like, be a shark and don't make a draw. Chess.com not a Twitch partner. They stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch. I think Chess.com has a special deal with Twitch where they're allowed to stream on multiple platforms. I think we're one of like the only channels that are allowed to do that. They have some kind of special deal with Twitch where they're allowed to stream on both. I think they're one of like probably one of only a handful of channels that have that ability. We have a move. What was the move? Okay, we get a repetition instantly. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a draw. This is gonna be very disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, I think I'm already gonna start getting ready to get back to my speed runs, because I think this is gonna be a draw very soon. I don't think I'm gonna do a recap today, actually, because it's just not looking very exciting. I think we're gonna get a draw, just to be clear. That's my guess. Now, if this game is drawn, by the way, for all you guys who are watching, that's very good. We'll do an arena. We have Arena Kings later. We're gonna get back to our speed run. A lot of good stuff. But if it's just a quick draw like this, I mean, there isn't really much for me to say about the game. I can almost just do, yeah, we're gonna get a draw. This is gonna be a draw. Yeah, I mean, Ding is going to make the draw. He's not playing well. He's black pieces. For Ding, very solid draw with the black pieces. Very solid result here. He's been extremely shaky in the first two games. Settling it down, making the draw here in game 3 is very good for him. Very good. Yeah, it's a very important result. The fact that he really hasn't been in trouble this game either, that's a big confidence booster, because in both the first two games he was under a lot of pressure with both colors. Nepo is crazy for trying not to pressure. Well, I assume Nepo was kind of surprised. Nepo was probably surprised by the opening. Probably was not expecting this. He probably was expecting a Nimzo Indian. He probably expected Nimzo Indian. So Ding's thinking, but I mean, if Ding tries to play on here, I will be shocked. I will actually be legitimately shocked if Ding tries to play on, because he's down 6 minutes on the clock, no more time added. 11 moves is a long way to time control. That's almost a move every 2 minutes. I don't see it happening. Maybe it will. We'll see. I mean, we'll see, obviously, very soon. I respect the fight if he continues. I do too. I just don't see a good way to continue to fight on here. That's the thing. Like, how do you fight on here? You think Nepo will take on c7 with one more move? I don't think so, because I think if Nepo wanted the scramble, he would not have made the repetition, because he basically gave Ding one extra move. Do you agree with Dubov's take on these both players? A tier gameplay of both Ding, Nepo, B tier. I don't know what Dubov said exactly. Do I think FIDE asks the players to stay at the board? I don't think that's within FIDE's right. They can't actually do that. Not legally is the wrong way, but I mean, their contracts for the event, you can't basically tell the players they have to sit at the board more. I mean, you just can't do that. If it's not in the contract, you can't do it, and it's obviously not in the contract. So I don't know how you could. Yeah. Okay, let's turn off the cams, wait for them to show next move at the bottom. Okay, actually they are showing them just at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Okay, Ding appears to be somewhat unsure, but I think here he's also showing some expressions where he's shaking his head. So Ding is like, I don't know if I want to make the draw, but I should. Ding is going to make the draw. His body language is that of someone who's resigned to the game being a draw. Just the way he's tilting it, it's like yeah, the way he's tilting the head side to side like I just did to emulate him, he's going to make the draw. It's like yeah, it's going to be a draw. He's going to go knight c7. The only question is whether Nepo will play on, but I think Nepo is going to play knight d4 and make the draw. Is it not overrated? Yeah, we got knight c7. Yeah, I mean, this is just, yeah, it's just what it is. Just what it is. It is what it is. And so one more time we get to see, will Nepo do anything or not? I don't think he will, by the way. Yeah, I don't think he will. This is going to be a draw. Knight a7 is no good because after rook a8 your knight is kind of trapped here. It has no squares to go to. Try e4, but after d4 still the knight is trapped. Yeah. I think today, since I don't think I'm doing a recap. If we get a threefold here, I'm not going to do a recap. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep streaming instead. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to recap. Yeah, I can talk about how there's the Anish game, but there's nothing really exciting here. Yeah, I assume we're gonna get a draw, but very, very important result for Ding. Very important that he draws. Not only does he draw, but he draws easily with black. That's the most important thing, is that he draws easily. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I could, but like, it's just, what is there to read? There's there's nothing to recap. So I guess we'll watch the presser. Well, that was a bummer, eh? I'll do my like 20-second recap. So first thing, Nepo kind of surprised Ding by playing knight c3, offering the Nimzo Indian. Ding played d5, a counter surprise going into the queen's gambit declined. And this was all pretty much standard theory here. Ding played this before against Anish Giri. We got to this position, knight c1, knight f6. All has been played before up to this point, and now we get 92 from Nepo. Queen f2 is playing the game between Giri and Ding. In the past, queen f2 c5. This time we get knight g2 c5, bishop b5, rook d8, takes, queen d2, bishop d7. Just not much to recap. I mean, yeah, the knight goes to c4 and everything, but yeah, I mean, there's just nothing to recap. Nothing to recap. So let's watch a press. There's going to be a press conference for sure here. There's going to be a press conference for sure. So players are talking. Why couldn't Nepo play e4 instead of knight d4? I don't know which position you're talking about, but yeah, why'd they agree to a draw? Just not a very exciting game. It's what it is. But yeah, who knows Chinese, everyone? Yeah, no, we're gonna be playing Arena Kings later on today. Yeah, 3 months of work to do that. Yeah, it's a big bummer, honestly. Yeah, it is a big bummer, but there's gonna be there will be, of course, a press conference, I assume. So someone said they do have a translator for Ding, but he wanted to do it in English. Maybe he did. Yeah, just not very exciting game. I mean, I don't know what you guys want me to say about it, but it's like just how it goes. Jan should be kind of satisfied because I think Jan was in trouble. I mean, I don't mind the game result itself, but it's just kind of a bummer that it's such a short game. So all right, let me change the scene. 1 second. Actually, wait, I should do the studio mode. Okay, so where was I? second. I think they're gonna have the press conference pretty soon, so I'll just keep an eye on it. People can tell me when they actually start it. Yeah, I'll let my mods tell me when they actually start it, but definitely a bit of a bummer for sure. Yeah, it's, I mean, you can't really blame the press conference is going to be in like 5 or 10 minutes, so it'll be very soon. But yeah, just not a very exciting game really. There were a couple of moments that were interesting, but overall just very flat game. Very flat game. Ding had knight d7, Nepo had knight on b5. White to move, could he have played e4? Which position? Right here? Wait, e4 where? Oh, you mean takes an e4? Like takes an e4 like this? No, but after d4 it's bad. Or oh, you mean right here? You mean right here? E4 in this position, but black just takes. We went over this. This is just terrible. Takes. Black's just up a pawn. If you go knight c5, you lose to the e3. Cuts off the coordination after takes. Black's just winning. We went over this. E4 is just no good. So I don't know what the question is exactly, but what happens if they draw all the games? Well, the fact is that Ding already lost the game, so he has to win one game to get back to even. That's what he has to do. If tomorrow also short and uneventful draw, I think people will agree that playing only 2 days before rest day is stupid. Yeah, that's also possible too as well. Yeah. I just mean there wasn't much to do there. That's why I'm not going to do a recap today, because there just isn't much to this game. There just isn't much to this game. I mean, when the games are interesting, I'll do a recap, but like there isn't much that I can say about this game. Really, just not a whole lot. I mean, there's the critical moment. There was like this was one critical moment when he played knight g2. This was sort of the second critical moment when he didn't play knight d4. And then I guess from Ding's perspective right here, I mean, apparently he should have played knight d4, but like trying to argue this is better for black. I mean, so really they're just two critical moments. There are two critical moments and that's it, and there isn't much to even really be said about either of those critical moments. Just not very exciting. So all right, let's see, do we have a press conference? Let me see. No, we don't have a press conference yet. It'll be pretty soon though, pretty soon. And for those of you guys who are wondering, we will continue streaming straight on through. We're of course going to be playing Arena Kings in about 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours we'll be playing Arena Kings. Until then, we'll probably do a speed run, cover some other content, keep it rolling right along. But I'm waiting for the press conference. That's what we're waiting for right now. Press conference is the big thing, the big deal, the big kahuna, as we like to say. Oh, what format will bring Magus back? I don't know. I don't know what format will bring Magus back. I assume some combination of Blitz, Rapid, and maybe Classical, maybe not. But I don't know. Why are there so many rest days? Because chess is very tiring. You play for 6 hours every day. You need breaks apparently. Ding should be very happy with the draw. Yes, for Ding, today was a very big result. It sort of gets him back on an even kill, because it wasn't just that he lost one of the games. He said he was probably maybe not losing, but much worse in both of the first 2 games. So today, no problems whatsoever. Very solid hold with black, and now he gets white tomorrow, and so he kind of finds his he can find some even footing. So yeah, we'll wait for the interview, which should be happening momentarily. I think should be happening pretty soon. We'll see. Did my elo go up or down? It was not rated. Yeah. Hikaru, what have you thought about streaming on Twitch and Kick at the same time? You can do it using a multi-stream program. I've used Restream obviously, but no, you're not allowed to if you're a Twitch partner. That's why Ninja, for example, gave up his partnership on Twitch so that he could multi-stream on like TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch, and everything else. But yeah, there's still no press conferences. Should be coming very soon. I doubt the questions are gonna be super exciting, but we'll see if they say anything of interest. Of course, we also, what else do we have happening? I guess we have they do have it now. Okay, let's go to the videotape. Let's see, where are they? There we go. Oh, or not. Nope, I guess not. Are they going to show it or not? Let's see. Okay, they are showing it. Okay, here we go. Let me unmute it. Wait, why don't I hear anything? Wait, is it muted? Are you serious? There's no audio. Is this for real? Is this for real? No, I know it's muted because I can. By the way, you guys, $2 million prize for this world championship, and the audio is muted. Does that not say it all about FIDE? Oh my gosh. High quality broadcast. High quality.
It's not like
okay, there we go. This can't be for real, can it? Is this for real? This can't be. They can't be serious. They cannot be serious.
Your immediate feelings after the round?
Well, it's an interesting battle, but I will not.
Audio is terrible too, but let me turn it up.
After 97, I guess to miss by Yan, I would at least not worse, and I would playing for a win at some point. Yeah, but I couldn't find a way to break through.
Okay, and the draw to repeat the position was decent result for you after all.
Yeah, in the instead of knight c7, I also considering d4, but it was too risky if we take on d4 with the pawn. So I think in the end, the draw is a pretty decent result for both of us.
And about the first move choice, Jan, were you surprised that the honorary guest, the astronaut, actually guessed your move? Because he was first trying to play e4, then he changed to d4.
I mean, there's always like 50-50, yeah. So either he guesses or not.
And what about your first move choice?
Yeah, it was d4.
And to
it was d4.
The question
yes.
about the first move as well. Were you surprised to see this move? Did you expect it?
I didn't expect it, especially for this game. Yeah, it's a move that, although he played it recently, but it was not his main weapon, so it came as a total surprise this time.
Right. All right. I think it's time to give the floor to the press. Please feel free to ask the questions. Once again, I would like to remind the journalists who wants to give the question in Russian, we can translate that. Please, Mike, go first.
Mike Klein with chess.com. My question is for Grandmaster Ding Liren. You looked more confident today, and you stayed at the board a lot more. Was that something you knew to do before you were going into the game? Did you tell yourself you were going to stay at the board more?
Yeah, I would like to thanks to my friends, the chairman. They helped me to deal with my some emotional problem. Now I feel more comfortable at this stage.
What?
Sorry, could you clarify? Your friends helped you with your emotional problems? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Здравствуйте. Вопрос, Ян, не помнишь ему?
Телезрители
спрашивают,
I thought he said his friends in Germany. Did I mishear that? I thought he said friends in Germany.
Шахматистов, ну, перспективным и сильнейшим.
Did he say friends in Germany, or am I crazy?
Just
I
a
thought he
second,
said
we
his
need
friends
to
in
translate
Germany.
to
I didn't
English.
understand that.
So the first question to Jan Nepomucci is, how did you spend your day off?
Ну, довольно обычно, то есть отдыхал, готовился, еще отдыхал, еще готовился, да, то есть гулял. Вот, ну, на самом деле, ничего особенного в выходные дни не происходит.
Nothing special. I was just walking around and making some preparations for tomorrow. So
I'll turn it down.
Usually for the days off, you don't have something special. And the second question to Jan also was, whom of Kazakhstan chess players does he find the most perspective and the most talented ones?
Of all time.
of all time.
Хорошее добавление, да. Ну, за все время судить, наверное, не возьмусь, но сейчас, насколько я понимаю, Ринат Джумабаев является лидером. Вот, мы его еще помним по детским турнирам, по-моему, неоднократно играл, там, когда нам было там 10-11 лет.
Like, what does that have to do with anything?
I can't say about the chess players for all time, but I can also can mention Rinat Jumabayev, whom I remember for quite a long time, since we were 10 or 11 years old and we were playing together in kids tournaments.
All right, thank you.
My mic is too low. No, my mic actually looks pretty
Leoncho
good.
Garcia from El País. I have a question for Ian. Looking from outside, it looked like you didn't get, the opening didn't go as you expected. You were following a game Giri Ding,
Finally a real
but you
question,
couldn't improve Giri's play. Can you help us to understand what happened in the opening? Thank you.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
this is at least a real
the game I
question.
could. Yeah, I thought that it was already such a game. Yes, so I checked it today, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Queen's Gambit. I mean, the client is a very, very solid opening. Yes, so you are not. I mean, you're not going to achieve much, and yeah, I mean, it's like, alas, it's most common case when both sides are, let's say, playing more or less reasonable moves, and then the position is like, I mean, it's hard to, to disrupt the equality.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Mike Lang with chess.com. My question is for both players. In the last couple of World Championship matches, a lot of players that have competed have had supercomputers back home, which they've used either before the match and during the match. Ding, I'll ask you first, then Jan. Do you have any supercomputers back in China that you used for this match?
I don't know what you mean by supercomputer. It's how strong or how fast it can be called like a supercomputer. Of course, for us professional chess player, we have very, very strong computer, but I don't know which kind of computer can be called super.
Computer specially built for this match. You're using your regular computer, is that what you're saying?
Pretty strong, but not as strong as you expected.
And Jan?
Yeah, I guess the same story. So, probably to make your opponent afraid, you should claim you have like a super computer. But I think in fact it's pretty, it's like pretty much all the same. Yeah, like everyone has some good engines, but I guess it's not something like above the sky.
Interesting.
Thank you. Do we have more questions? Okay.
Вопрос к Яну непомнящему. Ян, как у вас со сном здесь дела обстоят?
Question to Jan Nepomniachtchi. Jan, how do you sleep here?
Спасибо, пока не жалуюсь.
Thank you, nothing to complain of.
Thank you.
Interesting question, by the way, because there's something I'll point out after this.
We all have this segment from Twitter, so we are bringing the questions.
By the way, for you guys, the question I'm going to show you guys. I'm not sure.
Hello, my name is Jessie February.
I'm going to show something to you that I showed on Twitch the other
one
day.
from Robin. This one is for Ding. Do you think your extended break from classical play has affected the quality of your chess or ability to concentrate and think well for long periods of time during this match?
Sorry, can you speak?
Sure.
No, not again.
Right. Do you think that your long break from classical chess has affected your way of concentrating during this match?
I mean,
well, the COVID, it's what had passed some time ago.
These dudes are professional chess players, and you're asking if like a break from chess like affected them. I mean, these are people who've played chess their entire lives.
It's hard to say since the tournament is still going on. So let's see what happens next.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's one from Matteo, and it's only applicable to both players. How do you deal with and manage anxiety during a tournament or match?
Jan, let's go first with you.
It's usually quite poorly. Yeah. I mean, I think it's normal, yes. So if you don't feel anything, then something is wrong, yeah, with you. So that's.
So something's wrong with magnets.
I guess it's just part of the job.
Thank you. And Ding? Please repeat the question once more.
Sure. How do you deal with the anxiety of a tournament or match?
How do you deal with anxiety during the match?
Anxiety.
Why isn't there a translator again for like the 20 millionth time?
And better. You can see I spend more time on the stage than just hide in the restroom.
Sure. Thank you. And I would ask this question right away. You said earlier that your friends helped you to have more positive energy. Can you share exactly how they helped you?
At some point, I thought I may have some problem with my mind, but in the end, it's not so serious as I expected. He talks to me and even suggests if I need a doctor, but in the end, maybe it's not that serious. It's maybe can be concluded as pressure before the match.
Right. So you had mainly the chat with your friends. Okay. Do we have the next question?
Yeah, I have one final question from Tarjay. In 2021, the match was played with 3 games and then a rest day. Now it's 2. What would you prefer?
A question for both. Yeah, Jan.
Yeah, I think like back then I thought like 3 games is too much. But yeah, because every time I think it was like 2 games and then a rest day. But I guess like some years ago, like some classical matches, like I think Karpov, Kasparov, they played like 3 games per week, for instance, yeah. So like on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, yeah. So it was like also not too busy schedule. So well, I mean both has like pros and cons, but here like we have a schedule. I think it's fine.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Do we have more questions from press? Maybe commentary team?
Yeah, one question from the commentary team for Ding. In the middle game, when you played bishop d7 instead of this move d4, were you thinking like you were trying to play for more than equality with this move?
No, I also calculate d4, but he knight takes, rook d4, queen f2. Here bishop e6 might be a blunder, rook d1, rook a d8, and knight d2 lose the piece. So that's why I play bishop d7.
Okay, thank you.
Normal question.
Thank you. Please go ahead, Mike.
MikeLineChess.com. Ding, I never got a chance to follow up after round 1. Everybody wants to know what 80s music you're listening to with Richard Rapport. Can you name some bands, please? Surprisingly, this is actually what they're talking about, so.
I had to recall a little bit. The last one we listened together was Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Talking about the music, Jan, do you actually listen to music before the games at this tournament?
Yeah, normally I listen to something before like each day, like each game, not only here. But about my like tastes in music, I mean, okay, it's quite various. Yeah, I can basically listen to whatever. It depends on the mood.
Do you change the playlist, or you have one song that's?
Why are they talking about music?
I don't even think I have a playlist.
Okay. Do we have more questions in the press? Please go ahead.
Yeah, my question to Dean. Do you feel comfortable with English, or maybe you need some translator? And second, for both players, what is your favorite movies? Just for Dean, please. Yeah. Do you feel comfortable with English on press conference, or maybe you need some?
No, I don't need any translator. I feel very comfortable now. For the movies, sometimes it will change. So if I give you an answer now, but sometimes later, maybe the other movies I feel would be better. So it's very hard to select the one as my favorite movie.
And Jan?
Well, it's always like tough question, so let it be the reader.
Thank you. And also the question for Dean. If you walk around the city, do you feel sometimes like a local guy, or maybe someone take you like Kazakh citizen? Because I know that many Kazakh players, when they go to China, they consider it like Chinese.
Isn't that kind of racist? Isn't that kind of racist?
Yeah, here the street and the buildings sometimes remind me of
this guy only the translator.
Northern cities of China, also some Russia cities. It's kind of the same style. Some old cities.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have more questions? I think we can just have last few questions from press.
By the way, that's a GM, just so you guys know. It's a famous Kazaki GM,
Yes,
just so you know.
I can ask one last question and we can just
That's
call it a day.
Kaz Galeev.
The last question is about the early birthday gift to Ding.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that you get the early birthday gift from the organizers. Can you please tell our audience what is the gift and if it's important to you?
It's a birthday gift.
Yes, a t-shirt.
Oh no, it's not for my birthday.
Early birthday.
Oh my gosh, jeez.
There's nothing to do with my birthday, but yeah, they gave me
oh my god, this just gets worse and worse.
with my name on it, a t-shirt with a football club with my name on it, and yeah, it's a gift from the hotel.
Give her the hotel.
It's a shirt for a football club.
Did it boost your energy with that?
There's my name and my birth date on it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I guess it's a birthday t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a surprising gift. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
So
wow.
today we can conclude, and tomorrow another round will start at the 3 p.m. local time, of course. And yeah, have a nice evening, everyone.
Okay. Wow. Wow. What can I say? That was something else. That was something else. All right. Wow. Okay, let me change.
At that point was some mixed feelings.
Insane, absolutely insane. By the way, before we move on though, I do want to point out one last thing though. One last thing about one answer, which I will show you guys, which is where is it? There we go. Yeah, so one last thing is that I wanted to show you guys is that right here. So there was a question about there's a question very specifically about supercomputers and and everything else, and like one thing that was not answered here was one thing that was not answered completely is whether people are using supercomputers. And the reason I bring this up very specifically is because one thing that I mentioned in a recent stream is that there's this like latest build of Stockfish, the Stockfish 14.1 cluster, and you'll notice that the number one thing here is there's this very specific computer here that is 1024 MPI by 128 threads. Now basically I'm under the impression that this is Jan Nepomniachtchi's supercomputer that he is using for the match, because basically the way that I look at it is either this is Jan or this is somebody at Google or Amazon completely just dicking around, for lack of a better word. So this is either Jan is like lying, or someone from Google and Amazon is using some supercomputer with all these computers linked together. But I did want to point that out because that was one thing that I mean, I'm curious after the match if someone asks Jan if he'll say that this is his computer or whether it's not, because I do think that Jan is using a supercomputer, and I do think this is his computer. So who knows? But anyway, yeah, so that's just one thing I want to point out. Anyway, let's get back to the chess. Wait, did I accidentally close chess.com? I guess I did. So all right, one second, let me load chess.com. I'm going to go use the restroom. We're going to continue onwards and forward. All right.